Hello, I'm live. Let me see if my mic is working. I thought I was ready. But I wasn't. But now I am. Okay. So basically, what I'm saying, did Kevin Feige really lie about Scarlet Witch being more powerful than Captain Marvel? I know when Endgame first came out, Kevin Feige was saying that Captain Marvel is more powerful, pretty much powerful being in the MCU, which is understandable what he was saying. Simply the reason why I understand why he said that at the moment, because think about it. When Captain Marvel came in at Endgame, she crashed through the ship with no problem, like a hot knife going through butter. That's when Captain Marvel bust through the ship in Endgame. And then when she did do that, Thanos had a look on his face like his life was over. He was done. It was over. So I'm like, okay. And then when she was actually fighting Thanos, she had more strength than Thanos, and Thanos could not harm her physically because when he headbutt her, she did not phase, didn't even phase her. And Thanos was like, wow, it didn't phase you. Okay, cool. Wow, it didn't phase you. Not cool, but it didn't phase you. And he actually had to use the Power Stone to defeat Captain Marvel, because he had to take the Power Stone, hit Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel went flying in order for him to take totally like control over the Infinity Gauntlet, because he was losing big time, and we know he lost. So that's the reason why I think Kevin Feige was saying that Captain Marvel was more powerful in the MCU at that time, because she was the most powerful being. Now he's saying that Scarlet Witch is the most powerful being in MCU. And a lot of people saying that Kevin Feige, he lied. Now you got to think about it. Did he really did lie? Because I remember in a lot of articles I was reading that the fans were saying that Scarlet Witch was the most powerful one in the MCU. And then when Kevin Feige said Captain Marvel was, no one accepted that. They were saying it had to be Scarlet Witch simply because Scarlet Witch almost killed Thanos, which is true. If he didn't tell the Glaive, his general, to actually command the ship to actually shoot those blasts down, he would have died. But a lot of fans saying that he lied, because now he's saying Scarlet Witch is the most powerful being in the MCU. But before then, he said Captain Marvel, but a lot of fans wanted Scarlet Witch to be the most powerful one. So that's the reason why he changed up to actually say that Scarlet Witch is actually the most powerful one in the MCU. That's my understanding of everything. So me personally, I don't think Kevin Feige actually did lie saying that Scarlet Witch is the most powerful being in the MCU, because when he actually did say it, when she actually did say that Captain Marvel was the most powerful one, she was at that time. I believe that the reason why he changed it, because that's what the fans wanted, because a lot of fans kept saying that they wanted Scarlet Witch. What's up, Marcus? Yo, fan, what's up, man? Yeah, trying to do this live stream thing going on. I hope my internet isn't too bad. I hope you can see me a little bit. My internet, where I'm at, the internet is crazy terrible. But I'm glad you joined the chat. I appreciate it, man. I'm basically talking about Kevin Feige. It's a lot of activity going around on the internet saying that Kevin Feige lied about Scarlet Witch being the most powerful being in the MCU. First, he was saying, "Oh no, you're not interrupting at all, man. I'm doing this live stream and talking to you, so you're not interrupting at all. So if any question, anything you want to say in the comment, feel free. We'll discuss it. No problem at all. But thank you for your concerns, though. So that's basically at the moment we were talking about, that they're saying that Kevin Feige lied about Captain Marvel was being the most powerful being in the MCU. Now he's saying it's Scarlet Witch. Like I was saying before, it's like the reason why I think he's saying Scarlet Witch is the most powerful one now, because that's what the fans wanted. Because remember when Endgame first came out, it shows Captain Marvel, and it says Captain Marvel was the most powerful being in the MCU, and it shows that how she handled Thanos. Thanos had to use the power gem in order to actually knock her off him. Now, he didn't use the powerful, the gems is really powerful. Everybody know how powerful the gems are. They can actually destroy anything that, you know, if you get all the gem, do that snap, destroy anything in the universe. He actually had to use that gem to knock Captain Marvel off him. He didn't use that gem on Scarlet Witch. At first, Kevin Feige was saying that Captain Marvel was powerful, which is true. And then, but when he said that, in that same sense, a lot of fans was actually saying, no, that's not true. It was Scarlet Witch. For as my memory goes, and now he's saying that it's Scarlet Witch. I think he just switched the counter. I just think he just switched it because that's what the fans wanted. And a lot of people saying he lied. I don't think he lied. I think he was just giving what the fans wanted. So I think the fans need to actually go back and actually look at it again. Instead of calling Kevin Feige a liar about this, go back and look and actually see what was being said. Because I think the fans, he just gave what the fans wanted. Now, from other news, there's other news circulating around the internet that Incredible Hulk is getting his, and Namor about to buy, Sony Marvel Studios about to buy the rights, about to get the rights back to Incredible Hulk, about to get the rights back to Namor, which is awesome. But me personally, always think this already been in effect. I think that they already got the rights back from Universal with Incredible Hulk and Namor. I think they already bought the rights. I think they just put it out there in the media, out there in public for people to actually see it. And I think a lot of people will see the circulating, see how people think about them buying Namor, Incredible Hulk. But I already believe that they already had bought the rights back, or if not already in negotiation years ago before that. Because you got to think about it. When Mark Ruffalo, he was saying he want to actually do a movie, a Wolverine versus Hulk, Incredible Hulk versus Wolverine. He wanted to do that movie. Now, Marcus Robinson, Scarlet Witch is pretty powerful, fam. Now that Marvel has X-Men, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, which very true. They might attempt to incorporate House of M elements into future movies with one. Good point. Yeah, because I think they just came out with something like a new comic books, like I think like a few months ago, like probably in the middle of last year, they was coming out with a new comic called House of M. So that is a very good point. So that really also can show you that they was already planning on going in that angle already, if they're actually going to do that. And you're absolutely right. She is pretty powerful. Anytime that she manhandled Thanos the way she manhandled Thanos, you know, Thanos couldn't even do anything to her. So that made me wonder if she actually had that push when Thanos first came, she would actually been able to actually defeat Thanos a long time ago. And another fact that in Endgame that didn't make any sense to me with this part is you could actually see Scarlet Witch actually healing Vision one point of time. Then all of a sudden she just stopped healing Vision. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know how that got lost in the mix. But when you watch Endgame again, you can actually go to the scene when Scarlet Witch and Vision was fighting. Yeah, he's supposedly be. Yeah, you're right, Mark. He's supposedly be in Black Panther 2. Let's talk about that a little bit. Now, Black Panther 2, I know a lot of people actually tripping on Dr. Doom actually being in Black Panther 2. And they were saying that and a lot of people is tripping, saying they can't be Namor and it can't be Dr. Doom in the same movie. Why can't it be? In Doctor Strange 2, Kevin Feige reported that it's going to be 7 people in there. 7 major characters going to be in Doctor Strange 2. And some of them most likely going to be villains. Not all, but some of them are going to be villains. Going to be multiple villains in Doctor Strange 2. But like I was saying with some of my earlier videos, I believe this is storyline. Let me see if I can find that comic book, if I can show it to you. But I believe this is storyline that the Black Panther 2 is actually going to base their script off of, simply because in this comic book series, the Black Panther comic book series, T'Challa is actually fighting against Dr. Doom and Namor. And Dr. Doom orchestrate the whole entire thing because Dr. Doom and Black Panther T'Challa went head up, right? And Dr. Doom beat T'Challa so badly, like he almost died, beat him so badly that he could not maintain the throne. He could not continue to be in the Black Panther, the king of Wakanda. So he passed it down to Shuri, and Shuri became the Black Panther. Now I'm hoping that they'll bring more of that into Black Panther 2, showing that Shuri actually become the Black Panther. That'd be great because in the comic book she became the Black Panther. Now T'Challa, he's not out of it. He's going into, okay, it was in a cut scene of Black Panther. If you had a Black Panther DVD or Blu-ray, whatever may you have, and you go look at some of the deleted scenes that didn't make it into the final cut, you would see T'Challa as a small boy, and you see his father in this area. And this area, it's almost like a forbidden area. That's, that only the king, pretty much only one can go down there. That's probably what T'Challa and I forgot her name, but they was going through the tunnel, and the dad told them to come over there. That area there is forbidding because they dib and dab into necromancy and dark magic, forbidden magic. And in the comic book, that was T'Challa went to those shaman over in that area to actually get more enchanted, get more boosts for he to be able to fight against Dr. Doom. And he was doing that, and that's really forbidden for them to do that. But Shuri, she's still maintaining the Wakanda. She's still maintaining that, and she got her crew, and she going to fight Namor. And Namor is actually, hold on one second, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. I am True Skill. What up? We are coming, baby. Marcus, but the heart-shaped amulet were destroyed. Fam? How would Shuri take the mantle if they are gone? See, good question. How would she take the mantle if all the heart-shaped herb and all that is gone, right? I'm thinking and hoping that they don't bring more Bastet, the goddess. I think they don't bring her in. I hope they bring her in, because at one point in time, when the mantle was passed to Shuri, Black Bastet, she stepped in and took the Black Mantle powers from Shuri because she said she didn't feel like she was worthy of the mantle. So I'm hoping that they will bring more of the Black Bastet into. That is a good question, because they do make you wonder how in the world they would actually get more herbs. I mean, because they probably still have to do the same rituals that, ritual combat for any other tribes can actually take the mantle. So and Bastet, she's the one created and gave them the heart-shaped herb. So in order for them to actually be able to get that back, unless they have some secret stash going on, like nobody don't know about, they'll reveal it in part 2, Bastet will have to appear and give them back the heart-shaped herb. That's what I'm guessing. And I hope that happened, then we can see more of Bastet. And then also in that comic book, Shuri had her crew, and Shuri got a whole new armor. Like she had the Black Panther armor, but then she got another type of armor to go fight against Namor. And Namor, he's actually on some kind of island just chilling, just relaxing. And so what happened that she went and fight Namor, and she got a butt whoop because Namor was over there close by water. They told her actually in the comic book, don't let him get to water, because if you let him get to water, it's done. And she messed around, let him got to water, and then it was like a whole lot of chaos. A nice fight went on in there. But all that was planned out by Dr. Doom, but I'm not telling you the ultimate plan of the whole comic book series because I don't want to ruin it for you. Let me see if I can pull it up, if I can at least show you one of the comic books that is actually from that series that you can go check it out yourself, and then you can see where I'm coming from. I do actually think they'll be bringing in Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom will be the main villain of Black Panther 2, and then you're gonna have Namor, which is Namor. He's going to be the second villain, and all of a sudden, Dr. Doom, he orchestrate a whole everything. He orchestrate the Namor attacking Wakanda, T'Challa and Namor is going at each other. But one thing about this, I think they figured out that Dr. Doom was doing all that because Namor already kill a whole bunch of Wakanda. Y'all at this point in time, he already made the wave came and washed down on Wakanda, killing a whole bunch of people. But T'Challa took Namor and he was hiding him in Wakanda. Hello. Okay. Marcus, Namor is just a badass. I don't mind if you spoiled the comment. Do you think they have Storm cameo in the next Black Panther? I hope they do have Storm in the next Black Panther. I think they are, simply because I have seen reports that Rihanna, she's supposedly be playing Storm in Black Panther 2. Okay, so I'm hoping that will happen. And I'm trying to figure out how that will happen in Black Panther 2, because we already know who T'Challa love interest is in Black Panther. So how in the world are they going to actually bring in Storm? Okay, you heard Disney had the rights to. Yeah, I heard that. That's one of the I heard that they actually found the rights of that. I was talking about that earlier. That was I Am True Skills actually saying that by Incredible Hulk. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that some more too. But yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that. Before as I know, I hope they brainstorm in. From the reports, they said Rihanna said that she gonna play Storm. So I'm really excited. I'm really interested in how they're gonna incorporate that, because we all know that T'Challa and Storm, was married. So I wonder how they're gonna do it. That is a good question. And one thing, I hope they actually bring Namor in, and I actually hope they cast The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I actually hope they cast him. Jeff Comics 18. What up, man? Thanks for joining the chat. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So I actually hope they actually cast The Rock for it, because DC, they got Aquaman, they got Jason, right? He's actually a Pacific Islander, but he's born over here, but he's a Pacific Islander. That was wonderful how they bring that culture into Aquaman, the Mayan culture, not Mayan, but they bring that culture into Aquaman, because that's their culture, about the sea, about the wildlife, about nature. I love that culture, and I was so happy what they bring that culture and incorporated into Aquaman. Now, you got Namor, and Marvel is not going to stand for Disney have that over them. Okay, you say I'm not a fan of Ruffalo. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a fan of him either. That was Marcus said, I'm not really a fan of Mark Ruffalo either. I think they could have got a better Hulk, because I'm not really a fan of his. Out of all the movies I watched him in through the Avengers, through the Marvel MCU, he was my least favorite character that I wanted to watch. Now he did put off some great scenes, but I'm not really I don't him like that, like like Mark Ruffalo, because he just came out with a movie. I think it's called Dark Water. He came out with that. I was not excited to go see that whatsoever. Now, Robert Downey Jr. coming out with Dr. Dolittle. I'm so excited to see that, because I'm a fan of Robert Downey Jr., but I'm not a fan of Mark. But I wish him the best out there. Do his thing. But yeah, they did bought the rights for it, but I hope they do cast The Rock for Namor, though, because if they cast Rock for Namor, that means that the Marvel can actually bring that side of that culture, that same culture, to Namor, and they can actually go rival with DC and see who can do it best. I mean, because I can't remember who came first. If anyone of y'all can remember who came first, please let me know. I can't remember if it was Aquaman or Namor. I think it was Aquaman came first, But Marvel's not going to stand right there and let DC whip the floor with them with a similar character that they already have, and I think it'll be fun to do anyway. I am True Skill. I have a theory of what they could do with the Hulk, because Mark is getting too old. Okay, please share your theory. I am True Skill. Have a theory about what they can do with Hulk. Simply because Mark is getting pretty old now, which is true. So please let me know in the comments right there in the chat. Let me know what your theory is, and we can discuss your theory right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if anybody have a theory about anything, we can discuss this right now. You know, I'm all about it. I'm all hype about discussing theories because it's fun. You know. So Marcus think Keanu Reeves will play a great Namor, which I do agree. But you got to understand, I don't know if Keanu Reeves can bring that toughness to Namor than like The Rock can, And actually, I'm not sure, but I am a huge fan of Keanu Reeves. If any part he play in Marvel Cinematic Universe, I know I'm gonna be excited. I know he's gonna do a great job with it. But would he be able to bring that toughness, that fight power that Namor have? Because you gotta think, Jason, he brought that intensity, that strengthness to Aquaman. I mean, when you actually saw him performing Aquaman, you knew right then and there that is Aquaman. No ifs, no buts, no downs. That is Aquaman. Yeah, he might play a great Silver Surfer. Now that I can see him actually playing more than Namor, which I do think he'll play a great Namor, but that I could see Keanu Reeves actually putting off really great because he have the through the acting abilities I have seen him did that Keanu Reeves have done, he would be able to actually pull off Silver Surfer, and he would actually be believable. And if you actually think about it, he can actually, move like Silver Surfer, because Silver Surfer pretty much he kind of like stiff moving, and Keanu Reeves by nature look like when he move, he look like he have like a stiff problem, but he make it work. And it's great, especially when you've seen him on. My bad, I'm so sorry. I know why he have a stiff problem. So sorry, Keanu Reeves, if you see this, he have like a spinal injury. That's the reason why he moves so like stiff like that sometimes, because he have a spinal injury. I'm so sorry, Keanu Reeves, but yeah. Yeah. So Silver Surfer was very monotone in the yeah. Yeah, you're right. He was. And that's why I think Keanu Reeves. What do you think, besides Silver Surfer, besides Namor, do you think Keanu Reeves will play a great Nova? Because they're supposed to be coming out with the movie, right? So do you think they will play a great Nova? Do you think he will play it? I think he'll play a great Nova, actually. Richard Rider, I think he'll play. I think he could pull that off. I think he pull Silver Surfer off. If he do play Namor, I know he'll put that Keanu Reeves in there and it'll be lovable. But I don't know if he would bring that intensity like Jason Momoa would bring that intensity with Aquaman. The only person I can see up to par to bring that intensity would be The Rock. Because Rock, Rock, he's gonna go, it's gonna be like a competition in him. You know what I'm saying? Both of them is Pacific Islanders. Richard Rider, he would be a good Nova. Yeah, Richard Rider, he would be a good Nova. And when they do bring out Nova, I hope they actually use Richard Rider and none of the other Novas, because that's the most famous one. That's the one mostly everyone likes anyway. So I hope they actually do bring him at Richard Rider. Oh, what's up, Show Brown? What's up? We're coming, babies. So yeah, that's why I actually think that it will happen, because I think The Rock will actually bring that intensity, bring that Namor. I think everybody will actually see him as Namor. If they don't choose The Rock as Namor, at least choose him as the Thing. They actually, matter of fact, they actually make him as the Thing because he'll be in full costume, so you won't be able to notice that. What up? So you won't be able to notice that actually Rock. We'll notice actually Rock, but you can actually put it off because he's in full-time costume and you really don't see his face, so you can actually play that off, and then put him at Namor, and then he can't play no other character at that point because his face has already been shown. Show Brown, Jonas Show Brown, yeah, Keanu will be a dope Nova. Can't wait to see that battle of Xandar. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. That's why I can't wait to see. Thanos going to be in that movie Nova, right? Thanos going to be in there. The reason why Thanos going to be in there because they have to show the decimate of Xandar, what Thanos did to get to a power gem. So they got to have that in there, and I can't wait to see what they come up with, because let's face it here, Kevin Feige has actually been doing it. Kevin Feige actually been doing it, you know? And now I see why Kevin Feige say the Iron Man movie is so important to the Marvel Studios. DC stole a lot of elements from Namor and gave it to Aquaman movie version of Aquaman. Oh yeah, you're right. That's what they do. They Marvel and DC been rivals with each other for years to years and years and years. So I don't so you might see some DC character similarity to Marvel character, or just like Thanos. Thanos actually modeled off on the new god, Dark Side or Dark Seas, whatever you want to, different names they call them. But that was Thanos were modeled after the new gods. And Jack the King Kirby, he's the one created the new gods. And when Jim Starlin, when he actually went to talk to, it wasn't Stan Lee at the time, the head of Marvel, but when he went and actually presented that Thanos, Thanos to him, he was saying, so what you're doing, pretty much you copying new gods. Well, at least copy the one that the most powerful one, and beef him up a little bit. Because when Jim started first created Thanos, that man was like my size. I ain't got no meat. This right here just bones with skin and muscles, and so ain't nothing right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the boss man of Marvel told Jim Starlin, beef him up, give him more powers, give him the throne, because the throne actually came from Darkseid, from New God. That's where that throne and all that floating throne, that's where all that came from, DC. So Marvel and DC been going, taking each other ideas, taking each other characters and designing old different characters with each other back and forth for many years, but now it's just up to battle that who can produce the better comics, DC or Marvel, so it's up in the air, because for us, like the television shows, Marvel cannot beat DC like that with television shows, you know what I'm saying? Because DC is still like that with Marvel with television show. Actually, Marvel had to catch up with DC with the TV shows. Now, as far as movies, Marvel destroys DC, but DC is starting to step up to Marvel with Wonder Woman. That's when they first made that big turnaround, when they came out with Wonder Woman. That's what that first big turnaround. And then the second one is Aquaman. Those are only the two big favorite movies that did so great that gave DC a flip around, was Aquaman and Wonder Woman. Now, Suicide Squad did great in the box office, did made a budget, did great in the box office, but it got so much negative reviews that people didn't like it, that it is not really considered as a high budget box office hit for DC, because the negative criticism that it got, But they're actually doing it too. James Gunn is actually directing it, which when he got fired from DC for making those tweets, he went to DC. He got fired from Marvel, went to DC, started working on Suicide Squad. Then they hired him back. Oh, now for sure, I give you that. I Am True Skills. I think DC does have better animation movies. Marvel do need to step their game up with that. Okay, they really do. Jonan Show Brown, I think they should go take the Aquaman direction by having The Rock and Pacific Island cast name more or less have balls and see who does the best most. I totally agree with you, Jonan Show Brown. I actually do think they actually should make this a battle between Aquaman and Namor. I think bring the two Pacific Islanders and they go head to head and see who can make the best movies. Is it going to be The Rock? Is Rock going to do a better, water being than DC? Because DC got Aqua, you got Namor, you know what I'm saying? So I really do think they actually should go have balls and actually take that, cast The Rock as Namor, and they go head up with DC. They've been doing it with the comics. They've been doing it with the TV shows. Why not just do it with the movies, right? Jonas O'Brien. I'm wondering what's all the nonsense they're made up that Thunder and Fenrir were not destroyed by. Yeah, I'm glad Jonas O'Brien brought that up. What is the deal with the gems, the Infinity Gems? Okay, they say in Endgame, Thanos destroyed, made them to dust, destroyed the gems, right? And then reports come through, they saying that the gems is not destroyed, they just reduced down to atoms. Really, people? Come on, man, that don't make no sense. He didn't say it would destroy it. It's like when he was like, it would destroy. I destroyed them down to atoms, so you can get the gems back when you cut my head off and figure out how to, reform atoms and reform the gems, and you can have the power of the gems again. No, that didn't. No, that doesn't happen. Come on, man. The gem is destroyed. It's a lot of things. Don't get me wrong. I love all the Marvel movies. Love them all. But it's a lot of things with Marvel, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, doesn't make any sense. I think some of the things they actually knew what they was doing, but a lot of the things just came into play by luck. That's why I feel about it. But I loved everything they doing, and I continue so them support to continue doing what they're doing because it doesn't make any sense. Because like I think in Guardians of the Galaxy, they said the collector said no mortal can hold an infinity gem. They didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. No mortals cannot hold a power stone, but you can handle the other gems. He didn't say anything like that. But then you got Hawkeye holding the soul gem without dying. You know what I'm saying? That don't make any sense. I mean, then you got like Nick Fury. He hold the Tesseract, which is fine, him holding the Tesseract. But if you actually think about it, he should have died from that, because when when Red Skull hold that in Captain America, the first Avenger, the man got killed and went to the Soul World. Why would he go to the Soul World if he got jacked up by the Soul Stent? The Space Gem. So why would he go to the Soul World and covering over the Soul Gem? So they saying that the Soul Gem is the boss of all the gems, because it don't make no sense. Now I'm thinking about it on that angle, it doesn't make any sense why he would go to the area and govern over the Soul Gem, and he was up and he got destroyed by the Space Gem. Think about it, So I don't know, but like I'm saying, there's a lot of theories going on. There's a lot of things that's happening, because I know there's a few theories. Hold on 1 second. Jonas O'Brien. I hope they can keep Keanu the entire time. I am not a fan of Sam. True. Jonah, bro. I am saying that this is something good stuff come up with. Yeah. Yes, I think confusion. Hey, what's up, man? What Tom comic books and reviews. Hey, how's it going? I think they confused too. Fenrir probably got mixed up in all the plans. They claim that they planned the entire. Yeah, right. They confused themselves. I mean, that's the reason why. That's the reason why they say so much. That's the reason why they say Kevin Feige is lying about this. It's so much stuff is going on that it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I think one thing they put so much out to see how fans react to this situation that they're not realizing that the fans are going to see that they lying. You see what I'm saying? Not saying that Kevin Feige lied about the Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel, because like I was saying before earlier, I have seen at the time when Kevin Feige did say that Captain Marvel was the most powerful in the MCU, I did saw articles that fans were saying no, they don't believe that, they think it's actually Scarlet Witch. Now, I don't think he lied about that. I think he just switched that up. I just think he just switched around to please the fans, because that's what the fans wanted. I think that's the reason why Kevin Feige did that. Now, other things, I don't know. It's all in the air, confusion, because sometimes just don't plan out. Sometimes it's just luck up, and actually stuff just luck. Only thing I'm just saying, don't lie about it. Just man up about it. Just say, yeah, we screwed up with the Infinity Gems. We screwed it up, but we're going to make it better. But I already know a reason why they're not going to say that, because if they do say that, people will be like, oh, well, why are we going to watch your movies if you don't know what you're doing? But you ready fans to be pissed off at you for they think you lying to them. They actually just sit there and just tell them the truth. Just man up, have balls, tell them the truth. That was a luck draw right there. I was just happy that it worked out for you fans, because nobody's not going to be pissed off, because you can ask any creator, on YouTube, as any creator that making movies and all that, making movies, scripts and all, we all creators. We have came and did some stuff that we lucked up and it came out nice on the big screen or nice on our videos before we posted. I even did it. I'm not even gonna front saying I never did it before. I'm a content creator just like you are. I have came up with some stuff that I'm like, wow, I never knew. Like, I played it through the editing system and I'm like, oh wow, that happened that way. So I kept it. That wasn't my plan, but I kept it because why? Because it make make the video look nice. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask me, I was like, yeah, that was an accident right there. Because I got balls. I'm a man. My parents already raised me up to tell the truth, be straightforward. Because why you lying? Why you lying? Why you lying? Why you lying? You know? But of course he lied. He's not a genius. It's okay because we love Marvel and comic books, films in general. But I think he could do a better job. They kind of sloppy. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of sloppy. That what Jonas Show Brown was saying. They are sloppy because, hey, what up, comic? Yeah, they are. They need to please the fans more. If you ask me, but I understand they should have business run. Yep, you are. Yeah, I actually think that they actually is doing a sloppy job with it, because if they wasn't doing a sloppy job with it, the fans won't catch them in so many lies or so many mistakes they doing. So all I'm saying, you got a whole team, you got a whole crew. How about you just listen to the fans? That's what I'm saying. If you listen to the fans and give more what the fans want, the films will do a whole lot better. You know, when we are going to utilize, they say, yeah, Adam Warlock. Hopefully, when that was on Marcus was saying, hopefully, my understanding, the reports I've seen that James Gunn will be bringing in Adam Warlock in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, who they cast for? They said they're supposed to be Zach Efron. I don't know how to pronounce his last name correctly, but they said that they're going to cast him for Adam Warlock, because James Gunn, he wanted someone younger instead of older, which is understandable, you know. Yeah, I'm really hoping it for Adam Warlock. If they bring in Adam Warlock, is they gonna actually bring in the Golden Queen? What her name? Ashida? I can't remember her name, but she called the Golden Queen. Remember in part 2, and at the end scene, it was in a cocoon. She said, "I'm gonna call him Adam." I wonder if they're gonna bring her back to it. If they're gonna bring her back into it, if they're gonna actually go back to that cocoon, and then they're gonna actually show him hatching. She actually going to give him commands to actually go take down the Guardians of the Galaxy, because she's still pissed at Guardians of the Galaxy for stealing their batteries. Will Rocky steal their battery? But see, that might be a little hard to do simply because they got Thor with them now. But wait. My bad. They don't have Thor with them no more because James Gunn decided to take Thor out of the equation. So that's the last report I heard about, and that was like last year sometime. So if any new information that that he's supposed to be coming back to that, please let me know. But other than that, he's taking Thor completely out of the equation, which I don't think that was a very smart idea to do, simply because that's one of the most highlighted things in Endgame that the fans were so excited about, to see the interaction between Thor and Star-Lord, So I don't know what it's going to do, but I did heard that the report. I did heard that the screenplay was actually very emotional, or very, emotional. Pretty much, you got sad, crying, and stuff like that. So I believe that. What did he say? What was going on? Yeah. Adam Warlock definitely needed the movie. You know what? That'd be a great movie if they actually do that, because you can actually see the Soul Stone. I hope they actually do that. Actually focus on Adam Warlock is actually in the Soul Stone. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the king of the soul world, you know. So I wish they could actually go in there. So if they go in there, it's possibility we might see Gamora, not the newest, not the past Gamora, but the Gamora that we knew from the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy. So we should see her. We definitely should see the Ancient One. We should see anybody that passed away that wasn't brought back at the snap. You know, so we should see that, should see them in Soul World. So we should be able to see some of the character that we did lost. Say for instance, like Black Widow. I don't know how they really gonna bring her back into today's time. You know, I can't wait to see the Black Widow movie. That looked a bomb. You know, so I like to see how they're gonna actually bring Black Widow back, because they said, I did see reports that they said that Black Widow might come back to the MCU, but only reason I can see that happening if they go back in time to save her, or and bring her into the past. I mean, bring her into the present, or they come out with a Adam Warlock movie and they focus more on the soul world, and you see Black Widow. Then you can bring Black Widow, and he bring Black Widow out of the soul world, and boom, Black Widow is back. That is a theory. I know it's out there, but hey, that's what we're doing, right? Yeah, I can't wait to see Strange truly become the Supreme Sorceress. Yeah, you're right. I can't wait to see Doctor Strange become the Supreme Sorceress, because he wasn't in the last movie. He wasn't able to actually get the Supreme Sorcerer. I know he got the Cloak of Levitation, that part of Sorcerer Supreme Relics, and Okamoto, that's also part of the Supreme Relics. But he don't have the Book of Vashanti. Yeah, he don't have that. And that right there is one of the biggest important relics that the Ancient Ones, I mean, the Sorcerer Supreme have, because that boosts up their power, they spells, they give them counter spells, they give them so much power. Because over in one of the comic books I have, I can't remember the name right now, sorry about that, Doctor Strange actually go head to head with Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, and Doctor Strange already have all the relics of the Supreme Sorcerer Supreme, and he pretty much wiped the floor with Thanos. Thanos could not mess with Doctor Strange. If I can remember the comic at the end of this screen, and I will show you the comics. I can't remember at the moment, but I think it was actually Infinity War when it actually happened. I think it was actually Infinity War, the old comic, that he had went up against Doctor Strange. Thanos went to Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange wiped the floor with him. I mean, Doctor Strange was using all type of relics, the Sorcerer Supreme relics. But that's where I'm hoping that they actually make him a Sorcerer Supreme and Doctor Strange too. They got to. They have to. If they don't, it's not going to make any sense, because he's technically, is no one stopping Nightmare, Dormammu. I mean, I know he made a promise to Doctor Strange that he would never come back. Doctor Strange had that time gem too. Now, and most likely people probably know that the time gem, the Infinity Gem, doesn't exist no more. Oh, wait a second, but exists in atom form. But I'm just saying, right? But it really doesn't exist until they make up some stuff to throw back at us. Barbarian Kung Fu, what's up, man? How's it going? What up? What up? So, hold on, wait a second. I heard Beta Ray Bill was going to appear in Love and Thor, and Guardians of the Galaxy, all along with Nova and God's. Wow. Okay, so saying that what Jonah Show was saying, Beta Ray Bill is supposedly going to be up here in Love and Thunder, which I hope that don't be the first movie. Or me personally, I hope any of the movies that Marvel does that never fails. But I am worried about a few movies that Marvel actually coming out with in Phase 5. I'm actually worrying about Blade. I know they saying they going to send Blade to actually be might be a television show, but that might flop, because I don't understand why would they actually cast him Ali, which the guy is a really great actor. I was following this guy's career since I saw him in 4400. If you haven't seen that TV show, go check that TV show out, 4400. It's really great. It's like a whole bunch of people that get snatched up out the different time zones and time. Like Ali, I think his name Ali. He was like in the 1930s and 1940s in the military, and you know, he was dating a Caucasian girl, and the soldiers, they didn't like that, and they would tie him up into a beam into a tent, and the light came and they took him away. And then I think it was they came out with a show around 2004, and so he was brought back to 2004 time. So he wasn't even brought back to his own time, but he developed powers and stuff like that. It's a whole bunch of people. The 4400 is the 4400 is the 4400 people that got abducted about this unknown force, and then it was sent back later, years later, and then they was granted with these different powers. It's on Netflix, so go check it out. But what I'm saying is, why would you cast him and you got Wesley Snipes right there, the Daywalker, the Blade, you know, still active, performance off the meter, martial skills off the meter. He still physically can do that. I mean, because I don't know if Hulu still have it, but go to Hulu if you have Hulu, or go on YouTube or whatnot, and type in The Player about Wesley Snipes, The Player, his TV show before they canceled, which was a major mistake to my point of view, which I think the TV show was great. They had excellent fight scenes. The acting was great, but go check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. But I did hear that they're going to be casting Wesley Snipes as Dracula in the MCU. Now that said, it's a possibility if they're going to cast Wesley Snipes as Dracula, he might don't play in the Blade TV series at first. They might, because I heard they shoot in Morbius, the vampire. The vampire. I think his name is Morbius. He's a vampire that Blade in the series that Blade was actually hunting at one point in time, but they actually became allies, and he was actually helping Blade hunt down other things like other bloodsuckers and stuff like that. Now, Blade might show in his movie as Dracula. That's possible, could happen. That could already been happen, and they just keeping a hush, low key. And that's probably why Wesley Snipes said, "Don't worry about it, chill, relax, let everything flow." Because he probably already know that he already been cast and he already playing in a Marvel movie as Dracula. Now, if they do bring Wesley Snipes over to, I know Wesley is going to do a dope Dracula. Yes, he's going to do a dope Dracula. Now, if they bring Wesley over to Blade, it's not going to be believable. It's really not. I mean, because everybody see Wesley Snipes as Blade. They see him as the Daywalker. And people that's not into Marvel comic books or any like Marvel TV shows and stuff like that. But when you actually say, hey, because I done did it before. I done walked over to many people, some of my friends I used to work with, I walked up to them, I say, hey, what you heard they rebooting Blade, right? One of the first person come out their mouth is, well, I hope they cast Wesley. And these are not fans like you and I. These are like average Joes in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like they only go to the theaters to watch movies that are interesting to them. So if they are actually saying, I hope they cast Wesley, why did Marvel Studios didn't cast Wesley? You see what I'm saying? I know it's not the age difference because Wesley's 50 something and Ali, he's 40 something. For as my understanding, they got my memories go, they got like a 12-year gap difference between that. You know, so that's probably why they probably don't go with not the movie, because the movie, it can't be an origin story in a way, because you already got to know the martial arts, you already got to be in there, you already got to know everything that the Daywalker already knows, you know. So, but if they go with a TV show, it better the chance that they can develop the character. They can do fight scenes, but they don't have to actually focus heavy on the fight scenes. They can actually focus more on his acting ability. So people will be more focused on the acting ability than actually fight. That could be a strategy there, what they're going with, but it's not going to pan out simply because it's not like Wesley can't act. Wesley Snipes can act. You know what I'm saying? He's a method actor, you know? So I'm worried about the Blade, and I'm also worried about Eternals. I don't know how Eternals going to do because they switched so many. Oh, they also said the second pick what they was Michael Jai White. That's what their second pick was. Now, if you got people who's not a fan like you and I, and you got average Joes that actually saying Wesley or Michael Jai White, why is they casting Ali? I mean, I ain't got nothing against the guy. The guy's a phenomenal actor, but I mean, I'm looking for something to be believable here in a way. You know, I know it's a comic book. I mean, we all know it's a comic book movie, but hey, give us something that we want to enjoy and see every once in a while, because Marvel have did some butchering of the characters, you know, a lot. I heard that Michael Jai White possibly will be reprising Spawn, but I'm not sure. I know they're supposed to be doing a reboot of it. And I remember something saying that Michael Jai White might be still playing Spawn, Al Simmons, but I'm not really sure. So don't hold me to that. So, but what up, BT? So that's what I'm actually saying, that it's a possibility that he might reboot Spawn. And for like Spawn movie, I don't see why a lot of people tripped out on the movie. People actually blame. See, people, Second Street Marvel. Yo, what up, man? Hey, I like that comic book. Go check out his. He just did a comic book review. Thor, the first issue. He just posted that up probably a few hours ago. So go check that out. Give a like up and share. That guy's a great guy. You know. So yeah. You see, Barbarian said, I want to see Ludacris as Blade. Yeah, that could be something. I mean, hey, they casted Sticky Fingers for Blade, right? I mean, but Ludacris is a lot better actor, a lot better person than Sticky Fingers. You know, so if they actually was going with a TV series, they not going with that. It's a possibility they could have cast Ludacris, you know, but I don't know if Ludacris want to get on the Marvel roster. Let me stop playing. Everybody want to get on the Marvel roster. That's why a lot of celebrities out there is pissed with Marvel, because they want to get on it, but Marvel turned them down, you know? Just like what's his name, Joaquin Phoenix, when he played the Joker. Oh, speaking of Joker, there's this guy on the internet they call Bat Into the Sun. His name is Aaron. They do these wonderful short videos of comics. They have like, it's kind of like a battle thing. Like they have like Wolverine versus Killmonger. That guy played a phenomenal Joker. I mean, seriously, he played a phenomenal Joker. He don't need the makeup to make the smile. He actually have the smile. And now you got these other Jokers. I mean, Jack Nicholson played a phenomenal Joker. And then you have Heath Ledger played a phenomenal Joker. Then you had the other people that played Jokers, right? But you see that as a motion picture. We as comic people, we see it. You know, we're like, okay, that's just for the comic book movie version of it. But this guy, Aaron, in Bat Into the Sun, I think Bat Into the Sun, his name Aaron, he's the director and everything. He played the Joker that we're used to in the comics. He laughed, he smiles. He actually got the Joker smile without makeup. He really have the Joker smile without makeup. So go check that channel out. You know, subscribe to the channel. And also saying, yeah, United Comic Universe sent you there. What I'm just saying, go check it out. It really is a great for us fans comically, it really is a great short films he does over there. But let's see what we got. Shout out to Second Street Marvel Train. We love it. Yeah, true that. Yeah, so Jonas Show put thank you, Jonas Show Brown. He actually put the name into the chat. You know, that's the name. Go check his go check that channel out. Go check it out, and I guarantee you will see exactly what I'm saying. I think, believe me, I know he got rights. I know he got some kind of deal with Marvels and DC and stuff. That's the reason why he's able to pull these off. But I actually think that Netflix or Marvel or anybody, what up? And Spider 23, what up, man? I really think that they actually should hire him and actually do a fan TV series for the fans, you know. But that's one thing that Marvel have to actually realize, and DC for that matter too. Any of these comic book type films and TV shows and stuff like that, y'all, they have to actually focus on giving more what the fans want. You know what I'm saying? Because Thanos, why in the world Thanos is don't have Lady Death beside him? I mean, that is one of the most prominent thing in Thanos' life. She the one molded Thanos into the serial killer that he actually is, you know, that he actually became. Because when he was small, he wasn't like that. You know, I actually have this book. Let me see. This book right here. This book right here. It's a great read. It's actually talking about Thanos. It's actually talking about Thanos raising up. When Thanos was the age of 3, he was actually completing whole sentences. I can't. I wish I had intelligence like Thanos. Then I learned how to know how to talk better, right? But he has yeah, he could speak whole words like like at age of 3. He was a very high intelligence. He wanted to actually be a scientist just like his father. And he didn't actually want to kill people. And he went to school, and the reason why his people did not like that was like kind of like afraid of him at first is simply because in his culture, purple means mourning, death. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why people, when they saw him, they was like, oh, stay away, you know, because in the book there, it was a lady actually came to their house to visit his father, and she just lost her husband. And she was dressed in all purple. And Thanos didn't know why she was looking like him. And he asked his father, and that's when his father actually told him that what the color actually means. That's why people look at him so differently for his color. Now, the reason why he don't look like everybody else because he's a deviant, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's one of the reasons why I'm worried about Eternals. I hope they actually do Eternal right. Oh, cool, thanks. And I actually, you know, I'm actually worried about Eternals because they changed a lot. I only have this comic right here of Eternal. Okay, this is the one I have. I don't know what story they might be based off of, but this here is the one I read, and this is the story I actually love. You know, because it actually tell you the origin of the Eternals. It actually tell you the origins of the deviants. You know, actually tell you about the Celestials. Now, this guy right here is Sprite. Okay, he's an Eternal. Well, somehow when the Eternal created him, they made him into a little small boy, so that boy never grew up. He lived, I think, like here they say he lived by like 500,000 years. Almost 1 million or something, and they just made him like that. They never had him grow up. And so that's one of the reasons why in the comic here, he's the one caused all the drama in here. He's the one caused it. He's the one white, because you got different like some of the Eternals don't know they're Eternals, except one of the guys. He kind of figured that he is an Eternal. His memory started coming back. He never really lost his memory. So he going around to these other different Eternals, and he actually trying to help them revive their memory to find out who they actually are, let them know who they actually is. Now, that little Sprite, he the one that wiped everybody's memory. He still have his full memory. He's the one that awakens the sleepy Celestial. So I wonder if the Celestial going to show them into the Eternal, if they're going to actually do it on Earth, if they're actually going to show the sleepy one, or they're actually going to show them putting a Celestial to sleep, you know. So, and that's basically what it is. And basically going around reviving each other's minds and stuff like that. And then basically at the end of the comic books, they set out to go find out the other 99, because I think it's 100. It's actually 100 Eternals, and they scatter all over the world, and they don't have their mind who they actually are. They think they somebody else. So they were sent off to actually go recruit them. Now I don't know how that's gonna play because they changed the story so much, you know. So I don't know, and they changed the characters so much, you know. They got the one of the characters is supposed to be like the men, but they got a female, you know. They got different things, which I have no problem with that at all, you know. I love watching females on big screen, you know, especially like Captain Marvel. Yeah, I went to the theater to see that. See that IMAX right there? Yeah, I was there. You know, so give me 1 second. I forgot to bring my charger for my laptop died. I'm gonna see if I can get my sister to bring me my charger. So give me 1 second. Okay. Hey, what up? I'm back. Sorry, I had to get my charger. Sister, she's kind of busy right then, so she told me, "Yeah, you go ahead and get it. You good?" So I had to go get it. So I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Give me 1 second. I had to, you know, get that charger, or you know, we be on live screen now. So my laptop just go dead. Don't want that happening. So I want to ever watch Inhuman because statement like that. What statement about Inhumans? I'm just checking to see. Some said something about Inhumans. The death of a human made me tear. Yeah. I just saw a little bit about. If we talking about the Inhuman TV television show, I really loved. I actually liked the television show, but I wish they would actually gave it more time to actually develop. You know, because I think they were actually going to be, because they could have actually did a crossover with Agent of Shield. They could have actually did a crossover with Agent of Shield when they came to Earth, but it's a lot of fans. They was actually complaining about stuff that they actually was be talking about. Let's see. Because a lot of the fans was talking about that they didn't like the show. Medusa hair looked too fake. Would you expect it to be real? I mean, of course. I mean, I watched the show. I don't binge watch this show by like 2 or 3 times already. That was like last year sometime. But I actually thought the show was actually great. The guy that played Black Bolt actually did a great job with Black Bolt. But hey, his reign is done, because you know why? Because we're getting Van Diesel to play Black Bolt. So yeah, she had no hair at first. I mean, not at first. When they shave her hair off, that's when she lost her hair. But before, she actually did had her whole locks and everything, and she actually was like using it before that. Her brother-in-law, Magnus, whatever his name is, he actually decided to shave her head off. And then after that, and one thing I like the way they portrayed her, that even though she lost her ability to use her hair, she still was able to fight. She still was able to be tactical. She still was able to actually have her husband support, even without her power, until she grew her hair back. But one thing that doesn't make any sense to me is she still had a little bit of hair on her head. She wasn't completely bald. So technically, she should have had the power to actually grow it back. Not sure. All I know is that I was pissed when Maxim cut her hair off. Yeah. And I love the way Black Bolt react to it. And the dude is a good actor. Yeah, he is a great actor. I started watching him on Hell on Wheels. I know it's on Netflix. You know, I mean, I was impressed with the actor then, but I was more impressed with his acting when he was actually playing Black Bolt. Yeah, I could actually, like Jonas Show was saying, I actually could tell what he was saying, because he was so great with his acting performance, with his sign language, with his eyes coordination, that his face expression, his energy, where he was doing things was just great the way he was doing it. I actually thought it was a great show. I liked how they did Karnak. Now, the dude that played Karnak, you can tell he don't know martial arts, but his acting was on point. I mean, the way he calculated, the way he did things. And then one thing I noticed with Medusa and Black Bolt was great, and the good chemistry there. Yeah, you're right. They had great chemistry. Black Bolt and Medusa had great chemistry with each other, which I think was really awesome to do. They actually cast them. But the guy that played Karnak, he wasn't a martial artist. You can tell, and you can actually look at it and tell it in his profile. But his acting performance was on point. And one of the things that I think actually failed to show it's been because they didn't actually give good camera angles on good camera shots. On certain shots they should have actually focused on, but they didn't focus on. And I think that would kind of like lost the fans, because they didn't understand the scenes. Simply because one of the reasons why, you remember when they was all at the table and Black Bolt had his brother right there. Karnak was right there on the same side of Maximum. You know, have pretty much the whole family right there eating. And Maximum, he would start saying some disrespectful things, like he was unsure that his loyalty was to his brother. And the way Karnak looked at him, like you know how like when somebody like this is your mother, this is your friend, this is who you looked up to, and you know you ride or die with this person, and this person that's beside you is their family. They supposed to feel the same way you do, and they acting a little kind of like iffy, a little funny. You kind of give them that look like, you know, what are you trying to do? What are you doing? You know, that's the kind of look Karnak gave Maximum, but they didn't emphasize. That's when the camera should have showed that. And then people would actually understand that scene more. They would actually understand where Karnak was coming from. But a lot of people probably didn't even see that because the camera angles, they lost it. They should have had somebody that didn't know what they was doing for us, like camera angles, to actually incorporate or actually hit those points that people could understand. That right there would kill a whole series. That would kill a whole movie, because if people don't understand what they're watching, they're not going to watch it. They're not going to care for it, you know? So I think that was one of their problems. And one of the things that I liked about it, that wasn't Marvel or Disney Marvel didn't actually put their money into it. That was all IMAX. IMAX put the full budget into that television show. So IMAX wanted to get on the board with Marvel, but they would have had a better chance if they actually got someone that actually know how to hit those camera angles pretty good. Because that's really important. The camera angles, those camera shots, if you don't hit those right, nobody's not like, man, this movie sucks. And we're like, go to something else. Let's go to something else. You know what I'm saying? But I like that the TV show overall, the TV show was good. I hope they actually do another TV show. But you already know that Black Bolt is going to be played by Vin Diesel, which is awesome, because Vin Diesel, he actually wanted to play Black Bolt for, I heard, for like 10 years now. Like over 10 years now, he wanted to play Black Bolt. Just like he put a lot of investment time in playing Black Bolt. I don't know why they didn't cast him for the television show, which I actually am glad, because if he would have played in the television show, he wouldn't have been playing in the movie. The reason why, because the television show got canceled. So by the television show got canceled, therefore that nobody would want to see him on the big screen, even though he is Vin Diesel, you know, because they feel like he can't pull the role off. And that's one of the things that we all got to understand here, that we can't blame these actors for playing poor roles. They just been directed by the director, the producers, and the writers. That is what they're doing. So I just wish that sometime, like when we actually see these bad actors up there, that we don't butcher them too much and saying that they killed the whole movie. That what happened with Michael Jai White playing Spawn. A lot of people were approaching him in the airport, what he was saying, that why you kill Spawn, why you destroyed the Spawn franchise. That ain't had nothing to do with Michael Jai White. Michael Jai White is a paid actor. He was there to go act, and that's what he did. Now, as far as like you acting, they directing you to how to act the part, that's the director fault. and certain lines they say, how they do a whole setup screen and all that stuff, and that looked really cheesy and terrible. That is the writers, because the writers write at the scenes. I'm just saying, man, because it just don't make no sense the way things happen, that we can have people that we grew up with, that we know that like Michael Jai White, if they're not going to cast Wesley, should have cast Michael Jai White for Blade, and they get a bad tarnish on them because fans don't understand that it's not them it's destroying this franchise. It's the directors, it's the writers, it's the producer. Prime example, Blade Trinity. David S. Gore, the producers, the writers, and all that, they the one destroyed the franchise. Wasn't Wesley. And I think a lot of people know that, because that's why a lot of people still want Wesley to play Blade. The way the movie was edited killed us. Yeah. And editors. Marcus saying the way the movie was edited killed Spawn. See, that's why it's important for them to actually get people doing stuff right, because that can kill our dreams of seeing our superheroes. Or some people love villains. I mean, if you love villains, reach each his own. But I'm all about superheroes, because superheroes is the way of life. I mean, who in the world don't want to be a superhero? I do. And that will make me go back to Thor. I know a lot of people don't understand the fat Thor in Infinity. I'm not Infinity, but Endgame. A lot of people saying they really didn't like fat Thor. But you got to understand. I actually think they did a really great job with Fat Thor. 75% of acting in Inhuman was superb. It wasn't all bad, but you can get them. Yeah, true. It wasn't all bad, But and Blade 3 was the shit, mostly because of Ryan Reynolds. So Barbarian, he liked the Blade 3 simply because of Ryan Reynolds, which he did play a great part. I'm a huge fan of Ryan Reynolds. I could try to see every movie come out with, but I did a video, Fat Thor, on my favorite I have ever done. Second Street Marvels. Oh, wait a second. I did check it. Second Street Marvels say I did a video about Fat Thor. One of my favorite video I ever done. I like all three Blade movies. So go check out that video, Fat Thor, on Second Street Marvel. See what check out one of his favorite videos that he ever done. He made great videos, so I know it's off the chain. So yeah, so I liked all the Blade movies. I liked them all, but I'm a huge fan of Wesley Snipes, so I wasn't gonna let David S. Gore stop me from going there at least to support Wesley Snipes, because I'm a huge fan of Wesley Snipes. I've been following Wesley Snipes. Now, this right here gonna take you way back. I've been following Wesley Snipes when I first saw him in Wildcats. Not the TV show, not the cartoons or any of that stuff. It's a movie called Wildcats when Wesley Snipes was young. He didn't even do no martial arts in there. That's when he was actually first starting out. He was playing like a football player. That's an old one. I think that's what his first movie. So that when he actually came in, Wesley Snipes didn't come in as an action star. He actually came in as an actor. He actually went to school and became and got a degree in acting. So he didn't come in as an action director. I mean, an action fighter, action star, whatever. Put on Black Dynamite right now, Spawn. He put on Black Dynamite. Ask Spider 23 put on Black Dynamite. I love that movie. Black Dynamite. Hey, which one? Like, hey, little girls. My mama said my dad name is Black Dynamite. My mom said my daddy name is Black Dynamite. Hush up, little girls. Go on with that. Boy, if you haven't watched Black Dynamite, I'm not sure if it's on Netflix, but I think it is. Go watch Black Dynamite by Michael Jai White. It is so hilarious, so funny, so great. He actually making fun of the black portation movies back in the day. You remember? I think it was Jim Jones. You remember? I think that was his name. The guy that played karate. He was like and all that stuff. He do all that in that movie. That is great. And Black Dynamite is giving you. And one of the most funniest thing that in the Black Dynamite he ever did in there, when one of the little blade came through the window and chopped off the bad guy arm, and he jumped through the blade. He said, "Ha ha ha! I threw that shit before I came in the room." That was hilarious. You got to check it out. I mean, I just had to let that flow. But you gotta check that out. He's actually really Black Dynamite is really hilarious. Even the cartoon is really great too. But you guys got to understand a lot of these a lot of these comic book films that we actually so love and so admiring and so happy to see. They all comic book movies. They basically comic books. They all fan movies. They fan movies. Like we make contents, we fan of Marvels. That's exactly what they're doing, but it's just on a higher scale. But I understand, like, we as fans, we're gonna be heavily pissed off because we know if we had the rights to a lot of those characters, we would actually follow the comics down to much we can follow of the comics. Because you got to understand, these movies, they catering to the fans to a level of here. Okay, this is the fans, us here, right? And then these is the movie goers. Okay. If they make the movies all about us, about how we like seeing the characters on the big screen, they won't make no money. Simply because a lot of people won't understand what's happening. You know, I mean, it's not our fault, but you know, they won't understand what happened. So what they try to do is actually trying to cater to both. It look like the more they catering to the moviegoers than actually comic book fans, because we seeing like stuff don't make any sense. And it's like we get really highly pissed because like, why is you butchering this character? You know what I'm saying? That's what we looking at. We raised up. I mean, something like we got fans that are straight dedicated to Thor. We got fans straight dedicated to Iron Fist. We got fans straight dedicated to Doctor Strange, so forth and so forth. I'm gonna get back to Fat Thor in a minute, and so forth and so forth. You know, we got people just specialize in their own characters they like. So when Marvel and them actually bring those characters to the big screen, I just wish they were actually we just wish that they were actually trying to actually live up to the character closest to the comic book character if they can. You know what I'm saying? Because what they did with Thanos, I mean, Thanos came in, but they kind of like they just basically just took Thanos, got the rights to Thanos, and made Thanos the way they wanted to make Thanos. Only thing they did with Thanos was they kind of had his personality right, and they just made that big snap happen. But they left a good majority of the whole thing out. You know what I'm saying? But they look like when Josh Whedon, when he first started, it was like the head and start actually doing like the Marvel movies. It kind of looked like they was going with Lady Death, because when Thanos minions saying, order to actually take down Earth, you mean like you'll court death. You know what I'm saying? And Thanos look and smile. You know what I'm saying? So that really let you know at that point in time that Thanos is about death. He's about killing. So by him doing that, that means that he's serving Lady Death. Originally, that's who he's supposed to serve. He do all this killing. He even do this whole snap, wipe out half of the universe for Lady Death, because she brought him back from death, enchanted him with more power, and told him to go kill half of the people in the universe. He was going to do that, but he realized he's not going to have enough power, simply because he has to travel everywhere around the galaxy, wiping out half of the people. You know, that would take centuries, millions of years for him to do that, because he had to travel the whole universe in order to make that happen for his precious love that someone don't love him back. You know? Yeah, I wanted to see Mr. Lady Death too. I wanted to see it so bad in the thing, because when you think of Thanos, who's the next person you think of? Death, Lady Death. You don't think of no deviant. You don't think of the Eternals. You don't think of his brother, his mother, his father. You see Thanos, you see Lady Death. That's who you think about. And then after that, you would think about Deadpool. See, if they'd actually bring Lady Death in it, that means that they could have actually made a movie about Thanos and Deadpool fighting over Lady Death. They could have into a TV show or whatever, spin-off or cartoon or something. But I don't know why they didn't bring her in there. You know? Yeah, they could have just threw Deadpool in there. That could have been a love triangle. That could have made, see, this is what we want. This is what the fans want. We want things like this happening. It is about time Marvel actually crack down and actually start giving us what we want, because at this time, The people that wasn't fans of Marvel now are fans of Marvel movies or superhero movies. So even if they do start giving us fans what we want, people still going to go to the theaters simply because they already are accustomed to Marvel films. And then what's great about this also is these people that is not Marvel fans or not comic book fans, they come asking us, the fans, they come asking us that why is this happening? Why Thanos did this? I heard a Lady Death? Do she supposed to be in there? Does the Lady Death and Deadpool supposed to be together? You know, people come asking us about that now. You know what I'm saying? So we not outsiders anymore. We not outcasts. We not like, oh, he's a comic book person. Step away from him. Step away from him, or her, or whatever. It's none of that no more. People's coming to us and asking us information. People wasn't comic book people. They're actually coming in and reading comics and becoming comic book fans. And our dreams is coming to life. I mean, we're excited about the whole thing, but we just wish that Marvel will actually do more for the fans in that degree to actually put it on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how about they do something like this? How about Marvel do this for the fans? A movie for the fans to pick. They give us a general thing like a list of characters, like superheroes, a list of villains, the most popular ones that everyone loves, not just random ones, but the most popular ones that everyone loves, because everyone loves Iron Fist, everyone loves Doctor Strange, somebody loved their Marvel character, and it's popular, and they just have a list of them. And people love villains; they just have a list of villains, and they have us choose what we want into the movie. You know, just for the fans, I mean, they don't make so much money and still making so much off the merchandise. They can actually do this for us. Don't you agree? I mean, so they just do, and we get to choose and pick what character we want in there or what storylines we want to be played out. Something like that for us, at least. I mean, because it don't make no sense. That's what most of the majority of the revenues most likely is coming from, is from us. You know what I'm saying? It's from the fans. I mean, you got people, like I say, go get, like the normal folks, they go watch a movie, but they not down in the comic book shop buying movies. They not like my man Second Street Marvel doing comic book interviews at his local comic book store. They not doing that. So why are they not considered more of the fans? And why they lie to us so frequently? Why do you lie to us like it's like just water, like you just throw trash away and that's it? You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you don't have to lie. We fans, we grown-ups. I mean, you got kids, but we wise enough to understand that everything is not going to be as it's supposed to play out. Just be straight up with us, and I guarantee they won't have all this negative feedback. But back to Fat Thor. Now, Fat Thor, a lot of people don't like Fat Thor, besides my boy Second Street Marvel. And I know Jonah Show Brown and like Fat Thor. But a lot of people don't understand Fat Thor. They think they shouldn't have made it. It was a big mistake. But actually, it was actually on point. The reason why, this is my point of view of things on it, simply because Fat Thor was in a depression state. He was depressed. I mean, you got to think about it. Through the whole MCU universe, until it led up to the end game, Thor is a superhero. He lost his family to nothing but villains. He lost so many people, the people that he's supposed to protect. He failed to protect them. And he still had to push all that aside. I mean, because you actually can see he was battling, like he was a torment going on with his emotion. It showed that in what it was. I think it was actually what Infinity War. They actually showed that. Remember when him and Rocket was talking on the ship and he was like talking about his mother and stuff, and he almost broke down. A little bit it came out, he almost broke down. This is what he been carrying with him from the beginning when his people start dying. And he realized he can protect his people, because that's what Thor does. Thor go out to seek out the villains, the bad guys. For us, what the MCU go seek out the bad guys and take care of them before they actually go try to kill a whole bunch of other people. I mean, he felt like that when Thanos was able to pull off that snap, and he realized that you got to understand that was a heavy hit on him. I mean, you can see how the heavy hit. How I mean, think about look what happened to Tony Stark. You see how it hit Tony Stark. You see how he was talking to Captain America. You know what I'm saying? That hit him hard that he could not save Peter Parker and he could not complete his mission. He could not stop Thanos. That was a heavy hit on him. Okay, but nobody's not saying anything about how Tony reacted to the thing. People saying they don't like Fat Thor. He's messed up inside. He is emotionally messed up. That's why he stopped working out. That's why he stopped fighting. That's why he stopped seeking out bad guys and take care of them before they won't have to come and hurt innocent people. Simply because he's depressed. He feel like he's a failure. He feel like he let everyone down. All that weight is on him. So therefore, that's the reason why he stopped doing what he does to be the Thor, and he actually became a depressed, overweight guy that just stay in his house, be on the internet, play games, and eat and drink. We see this all the time in real life. So why people can't understand that? I have no idea why they can't understand that. That was perfectly understandable what happened. Jonas Show Brown, Fat Thor was perfect to tell story. Yep. It was actually great way to actually show Thor what he actually going through. And then he'll come out with Love and Thunder. Why in the world would he come out with Love and Thunder? Nobody liked Jane Foster. No one liked Jane Foster. So why in the world would he actually bring her into that? Is one of the movies I am so worried about. Is really, besides you got Blade, you got Blade in Eternal, but the one I'm really most worried about that is not gonna is Jane Foster. Okay, Marcus, he loved Jane Foster. But there's a lot of fans out there does not like Jane Foster. They do not like her at all. Never been a Tony fan, but I appreciate his contributions to sometime he was useful to, not a likable hero, but he is not a hero. Yeah, Iron Man wasn't a hero. I mean, he was a hero to, I won't consider him as a hero like towards like Captain America or Thor. I won't see him or Falcon. I won't see him as a superhero nowhere near that, because you got to chuck it up as through the whole entire time, only thing he was is about himself. I know a lot of people like Tony Stark. I know a lot of people like his personality. I don't like nobody's personality all arrogant and boastful like that, because if he wasn't that way, is a lot of things he could have actually calculated and actually been able to actually pull off. For one thing, now over in the boards, it's like somebody was talking, like saying who's the more intelligent, Shuri from Black Panther or Tony Stark? We're talking about the MCU part. I mean, she's smarter than him in the MCU and in the comic books, but right now we're talking about the MCU. And I was like, of course, Shuri's a lot smarter than Tony Stark. I mean, come on, that's givens. I mean, because you got to think about, look at her history. Look at her Black Panther, T'Challa people, Shuri line. Almost at the beginning of America was created, that they found a vibranium, and they was actually mining the vibranium since all those centuries went by. So they were actually creating technology before Tony Stark father was even born. And all this technology, all this knowledge that they had was passed down to Shuri. Only thing that Tony Stark had passed down to him for his intelligence is from his father. Okay, Shuri, she got a whole ancestral bloodline passed down to her, giving her information. So and the guy was saying it's logic. Of course, it's Tony Stark. It's logic. I'm gonna say, okay, so Tony Stark is so smart. logically, right? You're like, yeah. So I'm like, if he's so smart, then why when he grabbed the Infinity Gauntlet, why did he not snap himself into a being of power for he can able to actually hold the Infinity Gems, the Gauntlet? And therefore he wouldn't have died. Therefore he'd be able to save everybody and he'd still be alive, help him raise his little baby up. See, that would let you know he's not that intelligent like you think he is, because only an intelligent person will actually wish themselves to be a being that can actually hold the Infinity Gauntlet. I can guarantee you, Shuri would have. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm a fan of Shuri, so Shuri is smarter than Tony, but not Reed Richards. Yeah, Reed Richards up there, but then you gotta think about it. Is he really that smart of Shuri? I mean, because he only smart and intelligent on his timeline. Like he didn't, as far as I know, he didn't have a bloodline of civilization advancing technology for years to come, for years and years and years. I mean, they was advancing technology when they was doing World War II and Captain America. They already had flying ships, flying cars and stuff in their place. And all that knowledge was passed down to Shuri. Now, all the stuff that Reed Richards had to do, he had to actually develop that himself. He had to go ask the professors. He had to go this. It wasn't like an inherited intelligence or inherited knowledge passed down to him. He had to go seek that out. Now, don't get me wrong. Reed Richards is very intelligent. He's very smart. But I actually had to, he had the camera. I Tony Stark only rides the coattail. Yeah, you're right. But I honestly think that he's not smarter than Shuri. If he's smarter than Shuri, they kind of pretty much on par. I mean, because T'Challa, he's not no slacker either. T'Challa's very intelligent too. You know what I'm saying? The whole entire tribes, especially it's like intelligent for us, like T'Challa people, direct people, they is very intelligent. Sound like Shuri might be smarter because what she said Infinity and Hulk was like, we didn't think of that. Yeah, that is right. She also is smarter than Tony in the MCU, because like Jonas Show was actually pointing out a great point, a fact of, you remember when they was actually took Vision to Wakanda and she scanned the Mind Stone of Vision, and she was talking to Bruce Banner. She was like, why you didn't do this? Boom, 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 boom. I can't remember all the words she said, but basically saying why you didn't connect this or why you didn't do this. And and Bruce Banner said, we didn't think about it. That right there, logically, right there shows you right there that Shuri is smarter than Tony in the MCU. You know, by him actually saying that and she saying that, which was a great point. I didn't even think of that. Thank you, Jonas Show Brown, for actually pointing that out. So Thor shouldn't don the glove if they wasn't able to kill him. Then the Infinity Gem shouldn't. Yeah, see, the Infinity Stone shouldn't kill Thor simply because he wasn't killed by a star. But see, he wasn't killed, but he was dying. He wasn't going to survive the star until baby Groot, not teenage Groot, gave him the Stormbreaker. That was able to help him revive. But that is a good point. But I just think they actually just screwed the balls on them Infinity Gems, because the life of me, I don't understand why they changed the colors. There was no need to change the colors. You know what I'm saying? I wish they'd have went with the angles of this, because I think in Infinity Saga, right? Hold on one second. I think this is what, that's the oath. Well, Infinity Saga, and when am I coming with the Infinity Saga? I wish they'd went with this thing called Thanos. He actually went around to all these different elders of the universe to get the gems. Now I can't remember all who had the gems. Now, only thing I can remember that the champion, he's an elder, right? He's a fighter. He's an elder. He had the power gem. Thanos went and got the power gem from him. The gardener. Now, that's where I thought they was going to actually introduce the elders in the end game, because Thanos went to garden. Now, the garden is actually belonged to an elder called the Guardian. He actually had this. We had the space gem or this time gem. He had one of those gems, and those gems that will actually help him actually grow and keep his garden beautiful, grow the plants, nothing die, everything stay fresh. That's the reason why I thought they were actually going to go into the elders, but they didn't do it. I mean, then he actually went to the runner. It's also an elder called the runner. He actually got the gem from him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a few, and the Grand Master, you remember the Grand Master and the Collector? He got gems from them too, as far as my understanding. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I read the book, the comic book, but hey, Captain Marvel. So that's the reason why I think they should actually do more what the fan would like. I think if they actually went that angle, the movie did a lot better. And a lot of people have been a lot more excited to see the movie because they actually going in. I mean, they already came out with the Guardians of the Galaxy. They all went into the space, the comic world of Marvel. So they should have did that with the Guardians. I think, me personally, the reason why it was all over the chaotic moments, all over the platforms, all over here. That's why it's so catching so many lives and all that. I think they actually changed this. Me personally, I actually think they changed the whole way of things when Josh Wheaton, I think his name, Josh Wheaton, no, I can't remember his name, Josh Wheaton. I think when he actually left the Marvel franchise, I think they went in there and changed a whole lot of things and still try to base off what the flow they was going with. And that's the reason why a lot of stuff doesn't make any sense. I mean, because if you go back and look at some of the other movies, it looked like everything was kind of like flowing normally, that's more understandably. And then when he actually left, you start seeing things doesn't add up, doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So the life of me, one of the things, hold on 1 second, let's see what we got. The only person to like the two ain't up in the second screen. So that's how I feel. I think they I think this was a mistake from this. I heard that they're supposed to be doing reboots with all like Netflix, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil. I heard they're supposed to be doing like a reboots for all those. So, which I'm actually happy to think about that, and I'm actually happy that they might be bringing some of the characters back. But now, this might happen when because one of the first things I did saw that they said they're going to reboot Iron Fist. Now, this is what I might think. This is what I think might happen with it. I think they won't cast Finn Jones back, which I don't know why. I think he played a great Iron Fist. They won't cast him back, most likely. And I don't think they will cast a Caucasian person, period. No more Iron Fist. I actually think that they're actually going to cast an Asian person to play Iron Fist. Not to do to just changing up stuff, but I actually think they're going to do it simply because a lot of the fans was just up on an uproar about Danny Rand should be Asian. You know, it was like he should be Asian. He should be Asian. Through all the history, through all the history of Iron Fist, you never seen an Asian Iron Fist. Even the Asian brothers and sisters were saying, Danny Rand ain't Asian, but it's so many people want an Asian Iron Fist. So I'm saying this now. When it comes out, it might be. My theory is that they're actually going to bring out an Asian Iron Fist, and what they're going to do, since Kevin Feige is head of Marvel pretty much head of Marvel now, even the comic books area. I think he's going to actually have them. It might be already in development now, since he's saying they're already possibly going to be doing reboot Iron Fist, that they're going to actually bring out an Asian Iron Fist and then they're going to go with that storyline, for it won't have to flow with that other storyline, which I was thinking that would be actually a mistake. But he already announced it, that he's saying the Netflix Marvel TV show is not going to actually be in the MCU, which I think that actually is a big, huge mistake, because everyone loved those characters. They loved the storyline where it was going, and all he had to do is actually just pick up from the same storyline and actually continue the story, season never stop. But I don't think they're going to go that route. I think they're possibly going to actually cast all new cast for these characters. I'd be surprised and be surprised if they actually use the same character. But I actually think that they're actually going to actually make Asian Iron Fist, not Caucasian Iron Fist anymore, because that's what a good majority of the fans wanted. Now, I do hope that, like Jonah Show was saying, I do hope they do bring Moon Knight to out, but I know they're gonna bring it to Disney Plus. But I wish they would have just let Netflix do it. I wish they wouldn't. I wish Disney won't be in conflict with Netflix, because they could have just teamed up like they did and made successful show. They made what? Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Daredevil. That's 4 successful Marvel shows on Netflix, but yet they decided to not not a part of MCU. So keep in mind, people, the whole storyline's gonna be changed. And I think what's gonna happen, they're gonna come out with new comic books of each one of those characters, and that's the storyline they're gonna follow. Now, I wish they would have brought Moon Knight in, because Moon Knight is the part of Hell Kitchen crew. And I actually think that Moon Knight will be a great character to play. I can't wait till the series actually come out, and I'm gonna be hoping that they will actually release the whole entire episodes. I hope they don't do like they did Mandalorian, which is an awesome show. Hope they don't do like the Mandalorian and just do an episode each week or something like that. I don't like that. That's why I still have my Netflix. Anyway, I love Netflix because they're coming out with great TV shows. Yeah, I heard it was gonna be on Hulu too. But see, that's why it don't make any sense to me. It's like, I mean, I know Disney owned Hulu, but it's too much spread out. Why has it got to be spread out? Why can't it just be on? If it's not gonna be on Netflix, why wouldn't it just be on Disney Plus? You know? And Second Street Marvel said Jessica Jones was my favorite of the Netflix show. Yeah, she's one of my favorites too. She what's her name? Kristen Ritter. She played a great Jessica Jones. I mean, it's very believable. I love her comic books too, but it's really great. Yeah, that's a good one. I love each. I love episode each week. Yeah, I mean, yeah, each episode each week is a great thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. When the Mandalorian was coming out that week, I was excited because that did make my week like excited. Like, okay, when did Mandalorian come out? Okay, boom, I gotta set up my plan. Mandalorian come out this day. I'm gonna set up, and bam, I could plan out for it. But when I do get in that mode to do a binge, I like to have that binge there. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I just like it that way. You know, I think because of Netflix just got me spoiled that I just want to binge and watch a whole bunch of stuff. You know, so Jonan Show Brown said I like Runaways, Cloak and Dagger, and The Gifted. I wish they'd come back on Disney Plus or something. Yeah, I'm surprised they canceled. But not really. But Cloak and Dagger and The Gifted, because they was actually getting good ratings, especially when what's his name, Cloak and Dagger did a crossover with The Runaways. That was awesome. So they was actually started doing crossovers that way, but it was canceled. I think all those shows was canceled due to Jeff Lowe's leaving, because he was ahead of all that. I think a lot of angles that Jeff Lowe probably was going with that what's his name, Kevin Feige, he didn't like that angle. So that's the reason why I think he actually canceled that. Or if he did like that angle, he figured that now I'm the head, I'm not going to pick up what someone else put there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start my own flow, since I've been successful at it so long now. So I can do my own flow, which is true. He can do his own flow, but sometimes you don't need to do your own flow. Your flow is already created for you. All you need to do is just flow with the flow. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just don't need to do that. Cloak and Dagger crossover and Runaways. Yep. And yes, I love the crossover because I'm a fan of those shows. Me too. I love the crossovers. I wish they would never cancel the shows. The next Captain Marvel movie would be Civil War 2. You heard it here first. Okay, you heard it first from Second Street Marvel. He said Captain Marvel movie, the next movie, Captain Marvel 2, will be in a Civil War 2. He called it first right here. All right. So, and as Spider 23, they did. I started both and never finished either. Okay. And Jonah Show Brown Fenrir had a great video about Easter eggs in Captain Winter Soldier, covering sword, striking shield. Yep. And I'm still working on another video for it. So they'll be coming out soon. Making up a big compilation for you guys about the agencies of Marvel. So stay tuned for that. I've been working on that, and that'll be a nice video. A lot of information going to be in there and everything. So y'all stay tuned for that. And I also did, like Jonah Show did, I also did videos on Strike. I actually did a video with Captain Marvel. You remember when Endgame first coming out? When Captain and everybody was saying who gonna save Tony Stark? I actually called that. I actually predicted the right thing. Is I actually made a video about it. You know, I actually predicted that it was going to be Captain Marvel that saved Tony Stark. The reason why I predicted that way, because at the end of Captain Marvel, she was in space, and she's supposed to be, and then they say that she's going to be in Avenger Endgame. So only logic that I came up with is that she'll be coming to Earth because the pager that she gave Nick Fury was sending out the beacon signal. So she'll be coming to Earth, then she'll come by Tony Stark and she's going to bring him to Earth. And that's what happened. She was flying in space, she seen him, and she took him to Earth. I actually predicted that. Right after the movie came out. So not too, like a few days after the movie came out, I predicted that. You know, so no, wait a second. No, I'm sorry. I predicted that before the movie came out. Before the end game came out. Wow. But I actually predicted that, but I was actually and I actually did predict that they'll be actually going in Sword. I predicted that after I finished watching Captain Marvel. I predicted that they actually or before that they actually gonna be focused on Sword now, because they already focused on, because in Captain America they already talked about Strike, they already talked about Shield, okay, and they also talked about some other agency that will be in the video, the information video I'll be putting out very soon. So y'all stay tuned for that, and please scope it out. It's going to be a pretty long video, giving y'all heads up now. So, but it's going to be really educational. So please stay tuned for that and check it out, share it, let people know to get that information that if they're looking for it. And Barbarian Kung Fu, I predicted that right after I saw it. Oh, he said just kidding. Oh, okay. I'm like, see, but he's just kidding. I am wondering, is King the Conqueror is going to appear since the broke time? Oh, yeah. See, Jones show like King the Conqueror. Now, it do make me wonder: is he actually going? I hope he actually come in, since they did broke time, since they actually is bringing in time, and King the Conqueror is about that time. You know what I'm saying? And I actually do wish they actually do bring him in. Now, Keanu Reeves might play King the Conqueror. That is up in the air, because they still, because Kevin Feige won't Keanu Reeves to play in the MCU. So it's a possibility that he could play King the Conqueror. But one thing that a lot of people is not catching, that it kind of like swept under the carpet in a way, is Gary Oldman. He actually said that he wanted to be a part of Marvel. He actually wanted to play a character in Marvel. Okay, everybody know who Gary Goldman is. Oldman, I think it's Oldman. Gary Oldman. Y'all already know who he is. You ever seen the movie Dracula, the one with Keanu Reeves and the dude that played Dracula? That's Gary Oldman. He played in so many movies, like My Bodyguard with Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. You remember that the bad guy they was fighting against? That is Gary Oldman. I think he would actually play a phenomenal King the Conqueror. I mean, he would play it, and I think he would actually play that. And I hope they actually bring him in soon. It'd be nice if they bring him in the Eternals, because that'd be a prime time to bring him in Eternals. But King the Conqueror is not a guy to be messed with. This dude, he travel all through times. Like even in my comic book right here, I got the comic book Uncanny Inhumans. King the Conqueror is actually in there. So King the Conqueror has some dealing with the Inhumans. Now they might be actually waiting for King the Conqueror to come out in Inhumans, because you know they're supposed to be making with Black Bolt with Van Diesel. So they might be waiting to bring King the Conqueror there. So I'm not sure. But all I'm saying is that it'd be nice if they do bring him in, and since they messing with the time, because Kane he all over the different time zone. He actually go talk to himself to actually get himself prepared for something going to happen to him in the future, or he go around to different time zones to visit himself, to help himself out, to advance himself. So this man have a good idea what time travel is. Now, you also might find out Eternals. I don't know if they're actually going to put this internal Kronos, Thanos' grandfather. He's also the father of time. So I wonder if they're actually going to bring him into it too. Because Kevin Feige already confirmed that Thanos actually going to be in Eternals. Because I did a video on this. He was at, I think it was around when he went to the Comic-Con in Brazil. And one of the reporters asked him about young Thanos. Is young Thanos going to be in the Eternals? He was like, yeah, I mean, the Deviants is going to be in there. So we're going to get a young Thanos possibly in Eternal, which is exciting, which I'm excited about it. But I'm like, okay, you know what I'm waiting for? If they're going to do that, is they going to put Lady Death in there? I'm not sure they're going to do that, but I'm not sure. Maybe they would bring Lady Death in there, and by the time he got to the point that we saw him in Avengers and whatnot, that Lady Death left him alone or died off. I don't know how they're going to float with that, but hey, we'll see what's going on with, So, and another thing that I actually think that, Mark Ruffalo said that he wanted to do a movie, Wolverine versus Hulk. Everybody know that movie coming out, right? That movie coming out, right? So because they said that they already bought the rights for it, which I already think they already have the rights. And the reason why Mark Ruffalo actually said what he said is simply because they gave him the rights. They allow him to say that. And he just said that to see how we react to it, because everybody want to see that. So all right, y'all, I'm out. Keep up the good work, bro. All right, Second Street Marvel Night, man. Catch you later. Check out his live streams. He live stream every morning, so I think if you still hear Second Street Marvel, can you put in the chat when you do your live stream for some of these guys to come and check out doing your live stream, because he do such awesome live streams. Really great. All right, Jonah Show Brown say he'll be right back. All right, see you when you get back then. So that's what I'm thinking, that it's possible could happen that they're going to actually come out with that movie. Okay, thanks, Second Street Marvel. So Second Street Marvel due to his live stream at 8 a.m. Okay, that's on Pacific time. Yeah, I think so. I know it's on this time, but check it out. He do an 8 hour. I catch him when I can catch him, and he do a great job. Especially his like comic book reviews. Great job on the comic book reviews. He do those. Yeah, go check it out and sub to the bro, and also sub to him too. Good, thanks for calling out, comics, and also sub to him, because congratulations to Second Street Marvel. I said it to him on his channel, but I meant to say congratulations him because he just hit 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome, and that's what we're all striving for, to hit 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, that's really great. Hey, what's up, Hunter? Yeah, young Thanos. So yeah, it's possible we get a young Thanos, which is awesome. I like to see how they're gonna work that young Thanos. If we're gonna Josh Brolin is actually gonna still play Thanos, or they're gonna get a younger Thanos, somebody different to play Thanos, which I don't understand why they would get a new one. They got the one right here, everyone loving Josh Brolin, right? So yeah, been talking almost 2 hours. I'm almost about to lose my voice, so I'm gonna say by like the next 10 minutes, I'm thinking, unless we're flowing again, by the next 10 minutes, I'll be cutting it off. But we're having so much fun. I didn't realize 2 hours going by that fast. I've been non-talking like I'm a robot, just keep on talking. But I love what we do, and I love talking to you guys. I love to see what y'all say in the chat, and I love to see the interaction. Because hey, in the end of the day, we all common family. We all common friends. We love do what we do, right? Ruffalo Hulk is wrong on so many levels. Yeah, I really didn't like that. I mean, Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, because one of the things that um he want to do the Incredible Hulk versus Wolverine. How in the world? Love your energy, bro. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. Try to keep it up for you guys. It's I'm gonna try to keep it like one quick thing I want y'all guys to know. Sometimes I'm gonna try to do this live stream constantly for you guys. I'm gonna try to actually, when I do actually do my other videos, I'm actually try to present myself more instead of just showing videos and y'all have to read with music and all that, which I do put a lot of effort in there to try to make those videos, these article videos for you guys, to be more entertaining for you guys. But sometimes I won't be able to do it like that all the time, simply because sadly I do better. I have a lot of health problems that I go through. So sometimes I'll be able to actually do a lot of these live streaming. Sometimes I'm able to actually do a lot of videos of me standing, talking, or just talking. But sometimes I won't be able to do it, simply because, especially when my heart hit me hard, or my heart problems hit me hard, or my health problems hit me, other health problems hit me hard, I have to stop. If not, I won't be able to do anything, So, but don't get me wrong. I love what I do here. I love the content creator. I love comics. I love talking to my family out there. I love talking to you guys. So I post videos every single day. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love doing this. You have hairy hands. I know, right? Bam. Sometimes I just forget to shave them. Sometimes I shave them down, and then overnight when I wake up, they back hairy. You know what I'm saying? I get all of this, so I'm like, man, I got to stop that. I don't look nice. I don't look clean. Yeah, I've seen what you've gone through many times, and love it and appreciate you, bro. On community, love the hands, you're killing me. I know, right? Yeah, so actually, these hands, these hat right here, these actually came from a beautiful person in my life, my mother. So she got me those, and because she knew I was doing my YouTube channel, and she knew because I'm a huge fan of wolves and I love Fenrir. I know he's from the Viking mythology, and he's like supposed to be a bad guy. Me personally, I don't think he's a bad guy because it don't make any sense. But she knows that I love Fenrir. Now that's the angle I was trying to actually go with, to have like the hat, like a wolf and stuff like that, fenrirmoon. So she got me these things to actually more to my character, or my personality, the way I want to do my show and stuff like that. But I'm a huge fan of wolves. I love wolves a lot. I told you our mascot. See, I'm like the mascot of fenrirmoon. I'm the mascot, basically, United Comic Universe. I'm the mascot for United Comic Universe. Okay, United Comic Universe is basically everybody. You know what I'm saying? You are United Comic Universe. I am United Comic Universe. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say we are comics. We are comics. That I guess we are united. We are united. We're a family. We love comics. We come together, enjoy each other, have great time, peace with each other, laugh, and have nice communication with each other. That's why I say we are comic. When I say we are comics, I'm talking about we are one. We love each other. We all about, we all about superheroes, comics, love, peace, United Comic Universe. You know what I'm saying? So we're comic babies. We are comics. So don't let nobody say that you are not comics. You are. Because we all one. We all love each other. We all show compassion to each other. So let me get back to you do the best host. I need to hit some of your org to help you out. Fenrir with Strike Bike and Final Fantasy. Love the game. Or just the Final Fantasies. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7, the remake. I cannot wait to get that game. I'm a huge fan. I love it because that Fenrir was Cloud Bike in Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy 7. That's actually was. Did you know Final Fantasy was the last game that Sony would ever made. I think it was Sony, yeah. Sony Inc. ever made, because if it wasn't for that game, they'd have been completely bankrupt. They'd have closed down. So Final Fantasy will actually call the name, the origin of the name is called Final Fantasy, because why? Because that's supposed to have been the final game of fantasy they ever made. And then when he actually came out with it, it blew up. And that's the reason why they kept Final Fantasy. You know, that's the reason why they put so much effort into Final Fantasy. That's why they put so much niceness in there, because that is the game that saved their company. You know, and I love the game. I mean, and then what got really big over here, what really hit main screen over here, was Final Fantasy VII, because when I was small, I never really played Final Fantasy, but when Final Fantasy VII came out, I was already hooked, because, you know, they did that commercial and all that. I was already hooked. So when the game came out, I was already hooked. And from therefore, I went back and played the old games. And therefore, I've been playing the games ever since. I play online game. I mean, check it out. I mean, bam, Final Fantasy right here. And that's dope, right? I mean, I got that's it all, but, you know, a long time, you know, but yeah. But yeah, so I'm a huge fans of Final Fantasy. So love retro games. I love everything. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here in about 3 minutes. Hopefully, if I don't continue another conversation, continue talking. But so I mean, I love comics. Comics were brought to me by my father. Comics brought to me by my father, and that's what comics is so special to me, because it was brought to me by my father, one of the person I love so dearly in my heart. You know what I'm saying? So he introduced me to comics, and that's the reason why I love it so much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at this shirt. I got a shirt. You know what I'm saying? I got Captain Marvel shirts, hats, and everything like that. But I mean, what do Marvel? I mean, if y'all want to leave it in the comments or leave it in the chat, what do Marvel mean to you? How did Marvel change your life? I know it changed my life, because I came from a poor area. You know what I'm saying? The mind in that area is that you will never leave that area. You know, that's what been told to you, that is nothing outside of this area. You know what I'm saying? Just right here. You don't have that mind of something bigger out there. You don't have that mind of, let me just go, that is anything bigger than just where I'm at now. You don't have that mindset. You people where I'm from and stuff, you was raised, and the people are even around you, you stay in that area. That is your world. Nothing outside of that area. You don't, that's ridiculous. You know, but my father, he wasn't having that. He wasn't having that for his kid. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, get that. No. So he tells me about different words. Then he introduced me to comics, right? Then I actually started reading comics, right? Then I actually started opening my mind up that, wow, it's people out there creating certain things like this. You know what I'm saying? So my world is bigger. My world is a lot bigger than what I actually think it is. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't. I love Doctor Strange though. See, a lot of people look at the comics and they look at comic books and they say, well, that's not really reading. I won't think it's really reading. But actually, comic books is actually touch parts and actually real life. Because I just watched something with Stan Lee, which I'm gonna talk about this little part right here. But Stan Lee, at first, do you know this? Stan Lee, he wasn't Stan Lee at first. He actually changed his name from Stan Lee. I think his real name was actually Stan Libert or something like that. But he actually changed to Stan Lee because at that time, when he first came around, when the comic book was, when he was doing comic books, they actually shun on people that did comic books. And the people that actually did comic book, they actually changed their name for people won't know that they was actually doing comic books. Stan Lee back in those days had to do it. You see what I'm saying? He had to do it. But check this out. When Stan Lee first came to board, it was only Jack Kirby and Steve. I can't remember his last name. Those only the two persons actually doing comics. Now, there was actually another person, I forgot his name, but he's the actual one that created the whole Marvel comic universe. Because at first, comics, they was actually forced like romantic type comics, comedian type comics. They didn't have like superheroes and stuff in that comic book. You know what I'm saying? So they was kind of like a throwaway book in a way. Like you just pick it up, you know, you read it, and just throw it away. It's nothing meaningful. The story didn't mean anything, you know? And then he actually got tired and he actually started making superheroes. The first superhero was ever created in the Marvel thing was the Human Torch. Believe it or not, it was, but he wasn't actually a Human Torch from Fantastic Four. He was actually a Human Torch. And basically, he was some kind of robot can actually make his whole body on flames, like flames. Okay, and then that's when Namor came out. So, matter of fact, Namor was actually, now I remember, Namor was actually before Aquaman, because Namor was actually fought against the Human Torch. They would actually fight against each other, you know? And so the comic books actually would start getting more popular. And then Stan Lee was saying, I mean, you making comic books, coming up with these superheroes, you know, of course, what the real reality of the real world is going to seep into the comic books, okay? And so therefore, Captain America came out because it was around World War II. See, Captain America was actually made for show that American patriot, you know, making patriot like you a patriot, you know. So they made that. Now I don't know why I say patriot, but they made Captain America because to actually give a morale boost to everyone, because it's World War II, you know, a lot of stuff is happening and stuff. They wanted to have that sense. Nobody wasn't feeling like superheroes. So no one wasn't having that positive, like we're going to kick this dude. But, you know, nobody wasn't doing that. And then they actually came out with Captain America to show them that American pride, that American patriotism, and that what Captain America was made for. And everyone was starting to read that. Even the people, even the soldiers were actually had pictures of soldiers on the ship reading Captain America. It was actually giving people that hope back. I was like, wow, that's what comic books can do for a person. You know what I'm saying? Because you actually seeing Captain America fighting the people that you is actually fighting. You see him, Captain America, hitting a Nazi guy, smacking him with the shield and all that stuff. Like you see all this is happening. And that giving you morale boost because you see this on the comic book, but you're like, yeah, that's what I am. I'm a patriot. And then you go out there and you do your thing. Now, it was getting big. Now, when World War II ended, the comic books started to decline, not because people stopped liking them, because it started being put out there in the media and all that stuff like that, that the comic books is actually hurting people. They actually had a kid saying that when he read the comic book, it made him vomit. That was a bogus lie right there. That was a lie right there. You can actually see on the interview that the little kid was lying. They forced the kid to say that because they're not going to make any sense why a kid would say he pick up a comic book, especially dealing with Captain America. A kid now, it ain't graphic. You don't see no guts or any of that stuff. Like a kid say he picked up a Captain America comic book and he say start vomiting. That's how bad the comic books got. Nah, that's bogus bull crap. I mean, I don't know who it was, but those idiots, whoever it was, yeah, it's paid for lying. Yeah, they paid that kid to lie. Whoever it was, they wanted to get rid of the comic books. They wanted the comic books. They didn't want the comic books to give us hope. They didn't want the comic books to give us positivity. They didn't want to give the comic books to give us happy. Because let's face it here, comic books make us happy. They give us motivation, they give us morale boost and all that, and they give us excitement. How many times that you came from a long day of work or a long day out or something like dealing with a whole bunch of people, you get home, you don't want to watch a movie and stuff, you sit down in your chair or your bed or lay down on your bed and you take a comic book and you pull it out and you go like this, and you get immersed into it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So that's what comic book does for people. So my father was like, when he actually gave me the comic book and start reading it and stuff like that, it's opened my mind to a reality that, okay, this world is a lot bigger than what I think about it, because today's issues and past issues is in the comic books. So that actually help you actually see how the world is progressing, because what's in the world get put in the comic books. Like when you go watch a movie, what's happening in the world, go into the movie, so that's what a comic book actually. No, he did not say Fist of North Star. Dude, Fist of North Star is my joint, dog. I didn't know you like the Fist of North Star. That was from Air Spider 23. Fist of North Star is wow. How you say? You already dead. You remember? I love that show, man. But they got I don't know if you seen the movie. They actually have a movie back in, I think it was 1995. Fist of North Star with Gary Daniels. Yeah, it's really great. It's really good movie. I like the movie. Really, really, really good. And I have the animation. I got the box set animation right in there. And I also have the video games. You know what I'm saying? Also had the video games. I tried everything. Only thing I haven't got is that nice action figure of Fist of North Star, Ken Shishiro, because I don't have the money to get it. But I tell you what, if I did have the money to get it, I would get it, and I'll be showing you guys right now. But I don't have the money to get it. But hopefully, one day I'll be able to have the money, just like you guys be able to have the money to get anything you want to get. So, but yeah, comic books change a lot. It does address a lot of situations that is actually going on in the world, and so when Stan Lee actually came to Marvel at the first beginning, because I can't remember the name, but it wasn't originally called Marvel. It was actually called something else, but it was actually a really small office of it, because it consists of, when Stan Lee got there, it consists of the Steve and Jack. And Stan Lee was a running errand boy. He would run and get them coffee and stuff like that. And then when it got too hectic, what he would do, he was actually filling the bubbles for them. So he learned and learned and learned, and he became Stan the Man. But a lot of the comic books was going dead, simply because they started lying, saying that it was bad for the people and all that stuff like that. So it was going dead. Then Stan Lee was about to quit Marvel. He wasn't about to stop, or wasn't stop doing comic books, because at the point in time that he actually, in order for them to even actually put out a comic book or actually write anything about a comic book, they had to send it to this guy. I can't remember his name, but some kind of published guy, and he actually go there, and that guy will actually approve what they want him. He would actually like, no, take that out. No, take that out. Add this, take this out. Or he tell them what comic books that he want them to make. And those comic book wasn't selling. They was actually terrible, and Stan Lee was about to quit. And Stan Lee was telling his wife, Joan Lee, that I'm gonna quit, because this is not, I can't do what I want to do. I can't write stories like I want to write. I can't do it. I'm tired of writing stories that people it don't stick with people. People don't care. I'm tired of writing stories that way. So so what he did, and what his wife did, his wife told him, well, how about you just write what you want to write, create what you want to create, do what you want to do, and so that's what he did. So I'm trying to remember the very first character he came out with. I can't remember, I'm sorry, but that very first character he came out with, that's what took Marvel to a whole nother level. That's what took him to a whole nother level. And in a second, and I think Stan Lee was the one that created Fantastic Four. That was the first superhero group family that was ever created in Marvel, was Fantastic Four. So that was great. And then later that's when he created Spider-Man. That's what he created Spider-Man. And Spider-Man wasn't like the Spider-Man that we know now, because that Spider-Man, when he first created, was fragile. He can catch a cold, like he gets sick. Because as far as we know, superheroes doesn't get sick. Like when ones that have powers, like mutated powers or just born with powers, they doesn't get sick. But he actually got sick, and that will blew Marvel straight up, right? And then in 1972, that's when Stan Lee became the head of Marvel. Now, then Marvel just kept, but Marvel's kept coming out. I mean, it's a lot of people back in the day, they was like, they wasn't really doing the Marvel movies like they supposed to do. Because when one of the guys, I forgot his name, he was saying that they did Marvel movies. They wasn't fan of Marvel characters. They wasn't fan. They were just trying to make a movie. They didn't care how it was. My theory is that whoever did that, they were just trying to destroy the whole Marvel franchise, period. Because why would you put, if you're going to put money into a movie, especially a Marvel movie, and especially how Marvel is growing up huge and big at that time right there, Pacific time I'm talking about, then you'll get somebody that shoot there, like the first Captain America movie. That was trash. That was trash, you know. And all of the other like Marvel TV shows that was come out was trash. The one that changed the whole Marvel TV show was around was the Incredible Hulk back in the 70s, with Luke Ferrigno playing the Hulk part. That's when the Marvel TV show took to everybody, because everyone loves it, because they actually did a great job. I watched a few episodes when I was small about it, and it was I loved it, you know. And that's what actually brought Marvel back on the map before it's like television show. Then Kevin Smith, everybody know who Kevin Smith is. I did not know he wrote some from, I think it was 2017 to 2018 or earlier, that he wrote series. He wrote some of the comic books for Daredevil. I didn't know that, but I know he did. I know he shot and directed and wrote Flash, a few of the episodes there, but I didn't know he did it with comic books. And he said that he just bought. He was excited because he bought a Marvel stock, a bond, like a Marvel bond, and then Marvel went bankrupt. And that's when everything started getting sold out and everything like that, you know. But Marvel's made its old turnaround and came back, hit it back, and now that Marvel's still on top of the game, that is nowhere. I don't see Marvel stopping anytime soon. There's a Quicksilver is going to stay alive in the MCU after he appeared in WandaVision. So they saying with Jonas, that was Jonas' show, saying that okay. So he was actually thinking if Quicksilver will stay alive in the MCU after it appears in WandaVision. It's a possibility, but I don't. If they actually do what I think they're going to do, that if they actually go with that story, he shouldn't be alive. But I don't know how they're going to play that, because if all that in WandaVision, Mom, when she went crazy and she brung back everybody, and then when she realized that all this is what she made, it's not really real, that means that she gonna like come out of it. So technically, in a sense, Quicksilver shouldn't be in it. But we do know this is MCU. They have a tendency to work and change stories, so he might stay alive. I think it would be cool if he stay alive, for she can have a brother back. But would it fit the story? I don't know. That is a good question. So I hope he stay alive, but it's a possibility that it won't. To me, it won't make sense, especially if she reabsorbed her children when she realized that they actually not real. So he shouldn't be coming back. He shouldn't stay back. He should be coming back, but not staying back. That's what I just think. I could be totally wrong, but I hope he stayed. But Kevin did the Matt D&D series. Okay, thank you. Air Spider 23 said Kevin Smith did the Max D&D series. Thanks for that knowledge, man. Appreciate it. I couldn't remember, but I knew he did DC D&D. I mean, not D&D, but he probably did D&D, but Daredevil. I wonder if they are going to keep the twins also meaning Speed and Wiccan. I don't know about Speed, but it would be cool if they do keep Wiccan, because Wiccan actually become a Sorcerer Supreme in the future. In the future, he is Sorcerer Supreme. So it's a possibility that if she's supposed to be actually connecting with Doctor Strange, Multitude of Madness. So I'm hoping that they can find a way within all that magic they'll be doing in there. I hope they can find a way to keep her children alive, keep Quicksilver alive. I hope so, because Wiccan, he is a sorcerer supreme in the future, and he do know who is Doctor Strange is. Wiccan is a rumor for the MCU with Iron Lad. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I remember Iron Lad. I don't know too much about Iron Lad, but I heard about that person. Iron Lad might be coming to the MCU. Tom King Vision series. Okay. Changed my perception about Wanda and Vision relationship. Vision was cold-hearted. Yeah. I mean, because Vision was cold-hearted. I mean, Vision is a machine, but I think what mostly came with his personality was that mind gem. I think they gave him his own personality and made him own Vision. If they got rid of that, I think he'd just be a normal, heartless, cold machine. So that's what I'm guessing. So yeah, I hope they actually don't make him that way. But it'll be in WandaVision. It should be the way Wanda want him to be. So if he was loving, caring for her in Endgame and Infinity War and all this stuff, he should be that exact same way in WandaVision, because she created him. She made his whole reality. So the way how she want everything flow, it should flow that way. But we talking about MCU, they change whatever they want to change. Yeah, they can be the first MCU Avenger family, WandaVision, Quicksilver, Speed. Yeah, they can. They can be the first MCU Avenger family, because they got Wanda, they got Quicksilver, they got Speed, and they got Wiccan. So that's all they pretty much need, especially if they're going to be dealing with a lot of magical things. So I broke my. Okay, so that's cool. I'm glad I was able to share that information with Air Spider 23. He said he did not know that he was a sorcerer supreme, talking about Wiccan. So yeah, so he does make sense that now he's saying it does make sense to him now that why it's been rumored that Wiccan will show up in WandaVision and stuff like that, because he is a sorcerer supreme. So, and they can remake them like they did. Yep. I can't wait to see Doctor Strange and Black Panther. Can't wait to see Doctor Strange get that book of the functionality. Still don't remember the name of his glove. Yeah, I can't remember his name of his gloves of Doctor Strange. Okay, you remember Doctor Strange when he was talking to Thor and he was telling he opened up the portal and dropped Loki in there, and then he was talking to Thor and he had those gloves. Those gloves is very important. I think they actually possibly part of the Sorcerer Supreme. Okay, so what are they telling us right then? Is they telling us about that Doctor Strange in that scene there was already the Sorcerer Supreme? Excuse me, and they already was in the process of doing Doctor Strange the Multi Madness. They already planned out everything. So it's a possibility we're going to be seeing Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange with the gloves, with the Book of Ashanti, all of that awesomeness. And Doctor Strange 2, which you will possibly have to have that because he's going up against 7 unknown people that Kevin Feige just revealed. And also they're going to actually be pushing up WandaVision. So WandaVision will be coming to Disney Plus a lot sooner, which I think the reason why, because a lot of people is unsubscribing from Disney Plus, which is understandable simply because Disney Plus doesn't have everything together like they're supposed to. They don't even have Black Panther on there, and Black Panther will be coming this year here to Disney Plus. I'm just trying to figure out. No, I'm not from Atlanta. No, I'm not from Atlanta. So it does. Because I forgot what I'm about to say. I'm not from Atlanta, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about something else unless someone can refresh me what I was talking about, but I can't remember. But Yeah, I can't wait to Dr. Voodoo though. Need more comics. What's up? They do. I wish they did bring in Dr. Voodoo though, because one of these comic books I was actually reading, they actually did show Dr. Voodoo. I'm trying to look over here and see if I can see it right quick. Then I can show you Dr. Voodoo. But they did have Dr. Voodoo in one of these Doctor Strange comic books, and Doctor Strange and Doctor Voodoo is actually brothers, like brothers, not like actually biological brothers, like like you born with the same mother, but they actually brother through like magic and stuff. Because actually, Doctor Strange actually gave Doctor Voodoo one time the local cloak of levitation, actually granted him the Sorcerer Supreme, because Doctor Strange had to go do something, so therefore he actually had to actually become the Sorcerer Supreme. So bam. So that could actually be happening. That could be one of the characters that they bringing into Doctor Strange, Multitude of Madness, which would be awesome. Therefore, that Doctor Strange would have another powerful wizard, positive sorceress on his side. Because Dr. Voodoo, of course, Dr. Voodoo speaks, the name speaks for itself, what type of magic he does. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a huge fan of Dr. Voodoo, you know what I'm saying? So, it's really great. Dr. Voodoo was going to appear in Cloak and Dagger before they canceled the show. He hoped he come back or something. See, what Jonas Show said, that Dr. Voodoo was actually going to show up in Cloak and Dagger, which makes sense. If you haven't seen the Cloak and Dagger television show, it's actually it's really a great show, and they actually do voodoo. They ask about voodoo because Cloak, he actually get his power from a dark dimension, from some kind of demon from a dark dimension. I can't remember the demon name, but he's actually get his power from there. So that was actually really great. So I hope that they actually do bring Dr. Voodoo into Doctor Strange 2, or somewhere they bring in Dr. Voodoo. But I actually think that the MCU is actually going to be actually focused on a magical show, meaning like they're going to actually focus on witches or some kind of magic. And because if you think about it right now, on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they're actually going into the angle of the cosmic, and then they're actually going with magic. That's mostly what they focus on right now. They got some little streaks going on with Miss Marvel. I mean, not with Miss Marvel, but with She-Hulk and Moon Knight. That little street action, still a little Earth action going on. But look at the roster. It's Shang-Chi, but Shang-Chi might be going into talking about time travel, and might be going to talk about some cosmic thing. And then again, you might get Iron Fist and Shang-Chi. Not really sure. But then I also heard reported that they might actually be making Electro the Mandarin, like a female Mandarin. Like I say, I love Marvel. They're doing a lot of diversity things going on, but you're doing too much in a way. To me, you changing too much of the characters. I mean, you don't have the comic books to support what you're doing. I mean, come on, man. You butchering the characters too much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love diversity. That's one of the most brilliant and lovable things about comics, because they always diverse. And one thing I love about the whole situation, that everybody see people as people in the most of the way. I mean, because you got Guardians of the Galaxy. You got Tony Stark fighting with Groot. That's a tree. That's another life form. But you did not see him saying, "Oh, wait, I don't want to fight with him because he's not from here." No, it's none of that crap. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say comic books is really, really can actually open your mind to a lot of things that like, why are we actually acting like this? I mean, we creating something like this. Can't we actually have this now? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's just my thoughts. So. But I heard they're supposed to be coming. Hopefully, they'll be coming out with another Ghost Rider, which I heard that they supposed to be casting a Black Superman. I heard that J.J. Abrams want a Black Superman, but I'm not sure that I want J.J. Abrams to be actually doing anything with comics. How bad he did with Star Wars. Star Wars. I really don't know that I really want him to be comfortable enough in actually doing any comic movies or anything to do with comics. But hey, that's just me. I mean, there's one man's a many, right? So we'll see later, how that flows. But I think that it was actually be if they do cast a Black Superman, I know they said talk about Michael B. Jordan, but I don't want to be Michael B. Jordan. I mean, I ain't got nothing against the man. I mean, we worked on the same show. I used to work on the Wire, the HBO The Wire. You know what I'm saying? So and Jonas Show Brown, he was actually on The Wire too. So so I mean, I don't got nothing against the guy. The guy is actually, you know, he's an okay actor. I mean, but the roles I see him play, I mean, even if he playing the street roles, it don't look believable to me. It's like he's still acting, you know. Oh, Baltimore. Okay, hold on. I'm just reading this chat right quick. Yeah, so that's how I said that. Oh, but yeah. Oh, I don't know. I want JJ Abrams be doing Black Spider-Man. I mean, a Superman movie, because I don't know if he actually going to do a good job on Superman, because he butchers Star Wars so bad. And I don't think Michael B. Jordan would be a great Batman. I mean, Superman, because I don't think he would have the acting chop to actually put it. I mean, he had the physique. Yeah, he had the physique. But for us, like, no, I don't think so. Unless he actually be able to fool me, which I would love to see if he does play Superman and he do prove me wrong. I'm not going to be mad. Actually, I'd be happy because I was proven wrong. I don't want to be right on everything. I want to be wrong on a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, with this, I like to be wrong. You said The Wire, and it made me think of the. Okay, you said The Wire, and it made me think of the why your accent was catching me. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That was Ash Spotter 23. He was trying to figure out where I was from, because he had asked me if I'm from Atlanta. I was like, nah, I'm not from Atlanta. Then he was saying, because I said The Wire. Now he knows that, okay, so you're from Baltimore, because your accent was catching him. Yeah. You figured it out. So that's cool. No Blacks, man. Reboot. I want to see Keanu Reeves play Batman or Ryan. Honestly, Barbarian, I'd rather see Keanu Reeves or Ryan Reynolds to play Batman instead of the person they got playing Batman. And actually, I think they never. Oh, you're a big Wire fan? Oh, okay. I actually did if I remember, I tried to put a link in this comment, but let me see if I can actually pull up the video, because I actually got I actually post the video of me actually playing on The Wire, and see if you can point me out and everything. But yeah, that was really fun to actually work on The Wire. It was really great. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds, Barbarian said Ryan Reynolds is dreamy. He is a dreamy guy, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front about me. Ryan Reynolds is a good looking guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a good looking guy. You know, he look like he keep himself together, look like he can get most any girl he want, even if he wasn't Ryan Reynolds, you know. But do you see, since Ryan Reynolds dreaming to you, have you seen him in The Outer Limits? It's a TV show. Of course, everybody knows it's a TV show, but in the 90s, not the old black and white one, but in the 90s, Ryan Reynolds in The Outer Limits. I think he played in my like 4 or 5 episodes of The Outer Limits. So go check that out. He was kind of chubby then, but now he's not. But nah, he actually just had me. Now I know why. I spend my nights watching that show. Yeah, yeah, Ryan Reynolds, I read it because the guy they got playing Batman, I don't think they actually have a really good Batman. I don't think they ever in their whole entire lifetime playing doing Batman movies that they ever portrayed the Batman properly. Now, I'm not talking about Adam West. Now, Adam West, I don't put him in the same Batman because he actually played the comic book. He actually played the comic book Batman. That's why the shows back then like pow, boom, you know, because that was the comic book Batman. So he actually played that. So I'm not even, it actually did justice for us that comic book Batman back in those days. Now, one of the main things that I never ever see in any Batman movie, martial arts. I never see Batman truly doing martial arts. And now the person that they got playing Batman, I'm sorry. Are you serious? I didn't like the guy when he was playing a vampire. I definitely is not gonna like him playing Batman. You know what I'm saying? I never was a fan. I mean, I liked the movie series, the Twilight series, whatever. I liked it as series. I mean, I would meet, you know what team I was on. I mean, you could tell by the hair, boom, boom. I was on Team Jacob. But I also like vampires too. But I wasn't, I mean, he played that. I mean, but I don't see him as Batman, you know what I'm saying? But then again, like, because if you go watch all the animation Batman movies, cartoon, TV shows, whatever, you always see Batman fighting martial art styles. That's one of his abilities, one of his things he is known for besides his intellect. It's this martial arts, his hand-to-hand combat. So why in the world they would never actually cast someone that actually would actually be able to actually play the acting, had the physique, and the martial skills? They had someone that actually auditioned for that part. His name was Scott Atkins. Scott Atkins. Now, just in case y'all don't know who he is, remember Doctor Strange? You remember he was in Astral form, and you remember the guy he was fighting. The guy was doing all those nice kicks. He jumped in there, came with a kick and going all that stuff like that, right? That is Scott Atkins. You can go on Netflix and type in Scott Atkins, and you'll put up a whole bunch of his movies. He can act really good. He's a good-looking guy, got the physique together, and he's a great martial artist. And he actually auditioned for the Batman, but they didn't give it to him. They gave it to this dude who don't know how to act. Really, his act is not that great to me, and his fighting abilities, he don't have any to that degree to be a Black Panther. I mean, I don't know why I said Black Panther. Black Panther in mind, but to be a Batman, So I give him a chance. I mean, of course, I'm gonna watch the movie, but I'm gonna be straight up. I might go to the theater to see it. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm going to. I'm not saying I'm not going to, but it's a possibility. Now, I might not go, but I'm not. I see the trailer. I mean, because Heath Ledger, he did surprise me because I was used to watching Heath Ledger before he passed, been in love videos and love romantic type videos. So I was more into that. I mean, I was more watching. That's what, far as I know, Heath Ledger's from. But when he played the Joker, boom, blew my mind. I was like, this guy know how to play the Joker. But that said, that's him playing the Joker. Joker really not known for martial arts. Batman is. So why they don't cast anyone with no martial arts, I don't know. But I will give Robert a chance to see how he did his performance. But I can guarantee you, it's gonna be like the same old. I'm like, okay, you play Bruce Wayne, but what about Batman? It's like you get somebody to play Bruce Wayne, but you don't get the person that they can play Bruce Wayne and Batman. That it's like they the one and the same. Batman is just his identity when they go out there and to do a superhero, but Batman is nowhere different. It's not different from Batman. That's what a lot of people don't understand with these superheroes. They try to have these secret identities, but the secret identity is them. Because think about it, they in a secret identity, and when something pop off, they leave that secret identity, they snap in it. They always in that mode. Superman, even if he in Clark Clint area, like acting like Clark Clint, he's still Superman. He's still listening. He's still seeing through things. He still had that vulnerability he have. He still can do all that. It's still Superman. You know what I'm saying? Batman, Bruce Wayne, he's just what everybody sees, the rich playboy guy. But he's still calculating, he's still thinking like Batman. He's still listening, he actually still is speaking like Batman, because Batman speaks pretty much the same way. but he's speaking in a totally different, kind of like a different dialect, because Batman, you can't kind of speak like the way you speak because they can actually put it together. But Bruce Wayne had to come up with that. It was a Bruce Wayne before it was a Batman. You know what I'm saying? Just like it was a Clark Kent before it was a Superman. So they one and the same, you know? So that's the reason why it don't make no sense. Why would you cast Batman for Bruce Wayne, but not cast Batman for Batman? Like, why would you want to cast someone that can play Bruce Wayne and Batman? Why you cast somebody just play Bruce Wayne, but not Batman? Because when he come to Batman, he basically just put on a suit, changed his voice, and just throw around some hits, because it's not going to be like no form. It's not going to be no martial forms with that. His kicks, I guarantee he's going to throw a punch. They're going to show like a close-up on him throwing a punch, make it look like he know what he's doing, but he don't. But when he zoom out, he probably do one punch or one kick that not going to even look that great, going to look kind of terrible. But he actually going to but when he actually start fighting, if they actually do put a lot of that martial arts fighting in there, they're going to have to actually put a stunt person in there. I mean, grant me that they did that with what with a lot of us, like Wesley Snipes, they actually put like force like these big martial moves they supposed to be doing, like these big kicks. They bring in his stunt devil to do the kicks. It's not because he can't do it, it's because the production company won't let him do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look how Jackie Chan's movie is so awesome. He do his own stunts, he do his own fights and all that stuff like that. When you see him punch, you see Jackie Chan punch. When you see Jackie Chan kick, you know that's Jackie Chan kick. You know what I'm saying? That's why Jackie Chan movie nobody could never compare to Jackie Chan movies, because he do his own stunts. Unless you're Donnie Yen. Now that's a different story, but Donnie. Now, would it have been so awesome if they'd have cast Donnie Yen to play Shang-Chi? Now, this is what it gets me, but I see why they actually cast a lot of these people. It's about the popularity. About the popularity. Now, if you have Netflix, it's this show called The Black Mirror, right? Batman speak with that. Yeah, that was Christian Bale version. I am Batman. I'm Batman. I'm like, really, man? Why wouldn't you have a device like Oliver Queen have an arrow that he can press a button and it changes his voice? Why you got to walk around sound like you just smoke a whole 3 packs of Marlboro? Hey, how you doing? I mean, if you smoke, I ain't got nothing against you on it. I'm just saying, but I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm Bruce Wayne. I'm Batman. That don't make no sense. Why you got to change your voice? I mean, me doing that right now is scratching my throat. Not much practice and how much throat conditions and breakdown of your throats that you have to do to have that voice. I know he tastes the blood, the whole time. I mean, like, you going out there fighting, talking to Commissioner Gordon in that voice, and you ain't taking no kind of medication to soothe your throat. I know good and well that your throat is bleeding because you don't have the practice of that to actually get that down pat. My doctor think I talk like that too. Oh, your doctor think you talk like the way I talk? Oh, that's cool. I mean, is it to you? I mean, it's cool to me, but I don't know if it's cool to you. Oh, now check this out. Right? It's on Netflix. Donnie Yen. I'm talking about Donnie Yen again. Go in there and watch this comic book movie called Dragon Gate Tiger Inn. I think that's what it is. I think it's Dragon Gate Tiger Inn. That's a comic book, actually from a Chinese comic book that was done. Donnie would have been a great Shang-Chi. Hopefully they at least let him do an action director martial. Now, so you saw that, cool. But yeah, it was epic. That would be nice if they actually let Donnie do the fight choreography for that, since they don't want to cast him for that. That'd have been great. At least they would have some great martial arts fighting scenes. But go check out that movie, Dragon Gate Tiger Inn, on Netflix. That's a comic book, Chinese comic book. Donnie Yen did the action choreography for that and the action direction. That before any of the Marvel movies big. became big. You know what I'm saying? Besides but they don't even consider Blade, the one Wesley Snipes did, don't even consider that part of the MCU, which I have no idea why. But because that right there, because if you got to understand now, they say that what's made Marvel Studios so big because of Iron Man. Iron Man was the make or break Marvel Studios, because Marvel Studios wanted to make their own movies, and in 2008. Iron Man was the first movie they released in 2008. That's the first. Okay, that's actually the name of the Donnie Yen. Thanks, Joan and Show Brown. That's the name of the Donnie Yen comic book movie y'all go check out on Netflix. It's called Dragon and Tiger Gate. That is such an awesome movie. But like Marvel Studios, Iron Fist, but Iron Man, that was the first movie they put their own movie and they made themselves. So that was a make or break. So that's the reason why they put so much in saying that Iron Man started it all. And that's the reason why they give Robert Downey Jr. so much respect, because of that was the very first movie they did. But if it wasn't for Wesley Snipes doing Blade and back in the 90s, nobody want to even consider Marvel back in there, because of course what they knew about Marvel for us coming to movies and TV shows, they suck at it. Until Blade brought that out, because nobody knew Blade was a Marvel character. They just introduced it as Blade. Nobody knew it was as Marvel character. And then when it actually came out, that's when the fans stepped in and started letting everybody know that's actually a comic book. That's a comic book movie. And people are like, what? Really? Nah, really? Yeah. And they showed them, and that's how they got into that, you know. So that's why a lot of people possibly start getting into Marvel because of that. But they don't consider that for some reason. I don't know why they don't consider that, but they consider all those other shows, but they don't consider Blade. I mean, like all the other terrible shows back in the day, like that very first Captain America movie sucked so bad. They consider that. They accept that as a pause. It was a Marvel film and stuff, but no one talk about Blade. What do they have against Wesley Snipes on Blade? Don't know, but all right, peeps, going to hurry up. All right, need more comics. Have a nice night, man. Peace. Thank you for showing up. One love, man. We're comics. Have a nice night, man. Enjoy your sleep. Yeah, but so that's what I'm talking about right there. Is they are basically should do that. They should actually give Wesley Snipes his credit. Chad Boseman did. He actually told him because they were actually talking to him on an interview. They was actually saying, what did you think about being the very first big African-American superhero? And he was like, nah, you got to give my credit to Wesley on that. That is a real guy. Boom. He's telling you where you supposed to put the credit. So why is Marvel's not accepting him as Blade? Don't know. But yeah, so I'm about to get really about like to, yeah, I'm actually probably be going soon. You know, I've been almost talking almost 3 hours. I pretty much almost talked my voice completely out, but I'm still gonna go strong. Like I said, I'll be probably ending this in about 10 minutes. But you know how I go right here on UCU, United Comic Universe live stream. We say 10 minutes, but if we get in a heated, nice conversation, we continue. You know, so no more, don't leave. Yeah, I wish you to stay, but hey, you got to get that rest, right? So I know a lot of people didn't like Captain Marvel. I don't know why they didn't like Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was a great movie to me. It's simply because they actually focus on the female Air Force. I mean, these are the female warriors of our country. Why we do not support the movie better, you know? But hey, it is what it is. But I actually think they should just support the movie. Later, you see you fam rolling out. Maybe I will catch you in another video. I did a few. So for fenrir. All right, Joan and Show Brown. Appreciate you. We're comics. Have a nice night. Appreciate all the stuff you do for us. Continue to stay blessed, man. Peace. One love. We're comics. And yeah, so Donnie Yen actually came out with that movie. The way he did the action choreography, the way he did the fight scene was actually mind blowing. And then I actually wish they would actually get him to do the Shang-Chi, because if you actually watch the movie I was talking about with Dragon and Tiger Gate, the two guys that Nicholas C, and I forgot the other guy name, that okay, Nicholas C, he was all about the kicks. He was doing kicks and stuff like that. The other guy, he was about the nunchakos, and so he would do, you know, all that joint, all that great joint like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know martial arts. Donnie Yen trained them in martial arts. And then when you watch the movies, you would actually think they know martial arts. See, what make Donnie Yen so great about the job he do, he did not try to teach them the things that it'll be difficult for them to learn. He only taught them things that'll be easy for them to learn. Now, how brilliant is that? You see what I'm saying? See, over here, you got people training people that in situations like for things that they don't have no talent in, and so when they actually go to the big screen or go to the TV show, they actually look terrible in it because they're not focused on what their talents are in the fighting, you know. So that is the reason why I think that Donnie Yen will be great for action choreography for Shang-Chi, you know. And I actually think they don't be bringing in Iron Fist, but all right, guys. This time I really have to wait. Captain Marvel was funny. Yeah, I love Captain Marvel. It's funny. I love the interaction with Captain Marvel and Nick Fury. The whole interaction was great. The whole everything was great. But this time, guys, I really got to go. It's really getting late. It's already almost like 2 something over here. So I really got to get out of here. And I catch you guys tomorrow. Like I say, I'm gonna try to keep up with these live stream for you guys. And I really appreciate that you guys coming out and actually showing me support, doing comments. I hope I can add, you know, anything that y'all want me to cover in any of these live stream, please let me know. And I appreciate you guys coming out. Will comment, please hit that like up, subscribe, share, comment, and I catch you guys later. Remember, we are comics. Peace. Okay, and again,